Welcome back to CITITV Sports and our live coverage of Douglas County High School football. And tonight, we are at Lithia Springs High School, home of the Lithia Springs Lions. Joining me is Rodney Moreland, Miko Bursich, and down on the field is Fred Perry. And tonight, the Lithia Springs Lions will be taking on the Paulding County Spartans. And Rod, both of these teams are looking for a victory. Lithia Springs is 0-6, and the Paulding County Spartans, well, they're 1-5. So both teams are looking to turn their season around here tonight in this region game.
Yeah, not only they're looking for a victory, but they're looking for an identity as well. Neither one of them started well, but, you know, you don't quit right there. They can always have something to build on. What do you think about that, Miko?
Yeah, I think building's key. Whenever we're down there pregame talking to Coach Scott Harrison, he mentioned that their team was rather young, and there's bright things in the future.
And I know tonight's homecoming here at Lithia Springs, so Fred, we're going to have some homecoming activities down on the field, so it's kind of exciting down there where you're at.
Absolutely, absolutely. It's got a homecoming atmosphere down here. The guys are out, bodies are painted, cheerleaders are running around, and band is playing, so it's got a homecoming feel to it. I'm hoping that that Lithia Springs can step the game up and bring in a victory. Early on in the season, I predicted Lithia Springs to be the best team in Douglas County, and I'm surprised at what we're looking at right now. They're sitting at 0-6 and kind of struggling. So hopefully the homecoming will give them that extra little energy that they need to bring that first victory home.
Yeah, the Paulding County Patriots will be sporting their blue uniforms tonight. And Lithia Springs, they usually wear green, sometimes they wear black, so we have yet to see what they're going to be breaking out. It's 5 minutes to go on the clock here for pregame, but we look for a good football game. It's a beautiful night. We had rain all week, but it's cleared off, and a cool night coming up here, so getting ready for some high school football.
Yeah, Lithia did give Douglas County a run for their money last week. Douglas County did happen to come back and win that game in the closing seconds, but I think that's something that it's going to bode well for Lithia Springs. What do you think, Miko?
What doesn't kill you makes you stronger. That's what I'm sticking with tonight.
Yeah, we talked to Coach Hamilton down on the field. He said he's going to be playing two quarterbacks tonight. One of them's a senior, and the other one's a sophomore. So like we saw last week in the Chapel Hill game, Villa Rica played two quarterback system, so we'll see how that works out for them tonight. And then Lithia Springs, we'll see how their quarterback plays out. I know he's been playing several different players this year, but we'll see what kind of team they have.
Yeah, Bennett, that might bode well for Lithia Springs to put kind of a different look out there every so often. Hopefully you got a drop back passer and a running quarterback, and those two quarterbacks I saw them earlier on in the year, but it was just they were at a one quarterback system. So hopefully they have two different quarterbacks with two different styles of play to give Paulding County a different look, and that probably will increase the chances that they can pull out a victory today.
Yeah, we were here last year. You know, Lithia Springs had a great season. They started out 6-0, which was the best record they've ever had in the high school history. Ended up having a great season, but they did lose a lot of seniors last year, so they're kind of in a rebuilding year. And we talked to the coach for Paulding County, and he said that they don't have a lot of athletes. They don't have a lot of team members, and they're having to actually dress out their ninth graders to kind of make it look like they've got a lot of players on the field. But he said their program's really in the developing stages, and he don't have a lot of athletes out on the field. So we'll see how it goes. Looks like the captains are going to meet for the coin toss in the middle of the field.
Yes, sir.
And so we're getting ready to see who's going to win the toss and get ready to play some football.
All right. Bennett, you mentioned earlier it's been raining all week, and this field is actually in excellent condition. The sun was out earlier, probably soaked up all the wet spots, and it's good conditions for football tonight.
Well, Fred, there's an old saying about two quarterbacks. When you have two quarterbacks, you have none. So we'll have to see if one of those guys will step up and take that leading role tonight. What do you think about that, Bennett?
I'll take that one. Just depends on the situation. It was beneficial last week with the Villa Rica Wildcats. You know, passing down, you have the one quarterback. If they're go-getter, their prime-time guy needs the ball in their hands, their playmaker, then he's behind center, takes a snap, then the ball's in his hand. So, he's destined to make a great decision.
Yeah, most time if you play two, you've got one that runs the ball a little bit better than the other, and then you have one that passes the ball. So we'll see if that plays out here tonight.
Rodney, I don't know if I agree with that saying right there. I don't know if I agree with that. We've seen an example of it time after time where a school will go with a 2-quarterback set. One will play majority of the time, but it's been effective. It can be effective, and hopefully it'll be effective tonight for Lithia Springs.
Yeah, we talked to one of the assistant coaches for Paulding County, and he said that they had to establish the run, so we don't look for them to do a lot of throwing the ball around. So wanted to establish that running game, and said that they had to do that to be successful here tonight. So I'm sure that's what we're going to try to see them do.
Yeah, and with that being said, they do run the wing T, so that will give them some options there, running and passing. So the Patriots, we have to see what the Patriots can do with that ball.
Just about every team that we've covered this year in CITITV Sports has ran that wing T, so that must be a popular offense to run here in high school football.
Yes, it's not only high school, but in Little League football as well, because it's easy to get everybody involved, and I think that's what these teams are trying to do.
Yeah, our local Tiger Cubs, they run a version of that also. So, and then Douglas County, I know they ran it a little bit last year. So, looks like Villa Rica's going to come out in their black pants and their green jerseys tonight. So,
that'd be Lithia Springs, Bennett.
Yeah, Lithia Springs. I'm sorry.
So Paulding County gets the ball first to start the game.
Looks like Lithia Springs will be kicking off. Lithia Springs cheerleaders have got on the pink, I guess, for Cancer Awareness Month.
Yeah, that's always a good cause. It's always good to see everybody participating in something that important. What do you think about that, Nico?
All right, guys, a lot of excitement down here on the field. Definitely a homecoming atmosphere. We got guys running around like they've lost their mind. Hopefully they can get out on that field and take that energy out there and bring home a W for Lithia Springs. They look good so far, but the game has not kicked off.
Fred, do you think the crowd's going to be a factor?
Absolutely.
It looks a little slim over there on the visiting side.
It does look a little slim over there. We've got them as far as that 12th man is concerned. Lithia Springs has a loyal following as far as their crowd is concerned. They're struggling this year, and to get these many people out here while you're struggling, it says something about you. So they've got a good following. Fans are here. It's homecoming. Conditions are good for football, so hopefully Lithia Springs can put it all together and bring home a W.
Well, as we said, Paulding County lost that game last week to Douglas County in the last 30 seconds, so that had to be devastating.
Yeah, that's always a devastating loss, but it's something they had. I tell you, Lithia really played good up there at Douglas County. Losing that game in the closing seconds, I think that gives them hope for this game. What do you think, Fred?
Guys, I'm sorry about that delay. I turned my mic off. I was about to go over here and start roughing it up with the guys out on the field. I can't stand down here and just stand still. So, Rodney, to your point, it's just gonna take a lot for Lithia Springs to put this thing together. It would definitely, as Bennett said earlier, take this thing in a different direction. Hopefully, if they can pull this thing off, it'll take their season in another direction. They can win the remaining games. So hopefully they can pull it off.
Well, here we go. The ball is set, and Lithia's ready to kick that ball off to the Patriots.
It's like back deep we have Carl Edwards, number 9, and Chris Bird, number 3. Looks like Mr. Bird's going to receive the kick. Takes it out to about the 15-yard line.
Yeah, Scott Hamilton, he told me last week Paulding County had 453 yards total offense in their loss to Alexander. So they definitely put up some offense, but just didn't come out on the winning end. So.
Yeah, not only that, but the running back, Quan Talley, number 34, he had 173 yards rushing in that game. So that's somebody Lithia going to have to keep an eye on.
Let's see which quarterback's going to be starting first. Is that number 17?
Yes, it is.
Number 17, is that Daquan Talley, the sophomore?
Number 34.
Hand off to 34.
He's tackled by number 5. Nicholas Varner, number 13.
Talley picks up about 4 yards on that carry.
That was a gain of about 8 yards.
Let's make that 8.
Second down on a long 2. Ball is now spotted at the 24-yard line.
A reasonable second and short.
23.5-yard line.
Well, that's a good start for Paulding County.
So I think they're coming in with a chip on their shoulder after their one-night stay at Heartbreak Hotel last week.
You know, toss pitch around the left side. He's going to be hit right at the line. Looks like he's going to lose about 2 yards. That's going to bring up a 3rd and 6.
Looks like a loss of about a yard. It's going to bring up 3rd down and 3. Ball is spotted at the 23-yard line.
So the ball's on the 23-yard line with 10 minutes and 54 seconds to go here in the first quarter. No score from Lithia Springs High School.
The first drive's most important of the game. Let's see what they can do right here.
Looks like they're going to go straight up the middle. Lithia Springs defense is going to hit them.
Looks like he got a first down.
It's going to be close.
Looked like it was enough for Patriots first down. The ball will now be spotted at the Patriots 26-yard line.
Yeah, it's going to be a first down for Paulding County.
Hey.
Quarterback's going to be a toss sweet. He's loose, number 8. Down the left side, he's going to pick up a big gain. He's still on his feet. Crosses over to Lithia Springs territory. He's going to be out of bounds around the 46-yard line.
Well, the talent certainly looks good for Paulding County.
Yeah, they're going to establish that running game. Coach Hamilton told us that would be a key to this game, and looks like they've definitely that's what they're going to try to do.
Yeah, he mentioned that his offense was a strong point, and looked like it might be a shootout. You know, we always talk about a shootout every week, but we've yet to get one. What do you think? Think we're in for one tonight?
We'll see. Straight up the middle once again. He's met right at the line. He's going to pick up about 2 yards before he's brought down. It's going to bring up a 2nd and 8.
That was made by number 17, Julian Morgan, and number 12, Darian Harvey. Gain of about 2 yards.
Looks like the big offensive lineman right in the middle is Mitchell Bryce. He's a junior, number 65.
Yeah, that defense for Lithia is going to have to step up tonight because this seems to be a pretty good offense so far.
Yep, number 3 split out to the left side. That's Chris Boyd. He's a junior. Just going to run it around the left side on a sweep. He's going to be met at the line of scrimmage for no gain. 9 minutes and 25 seconds to go here in the first quarter. He's going to lose about 2 yards. That's going to bring up a 3rd down and 10 for the Paulding County Spartans.
Well, no doubt this is a passing down. We're going to have to see what Paulding County can do as far as passing goes. They seem to be off to a good start with their running game.
Quarterback under the center. He's going to fake it and then give it to number 8. He's going to gain about 2 yards, and that's not going to do it. So that's going to bring up a 4th down and about 8 yards. Probably a punting situation.
Yeah, but not a decent drive across the midfield, across the 50-yard line. Maybe they have a good punter.
Yeah, with a good punt here, they're going to back Lithia Springs up.
Back deep for the Lions is number 15, Derek Flanagan.
That's Derek Flanagan back to receive.
Number 7.
It's a fake. Looks like he has enough for a first down.
Yeah, and I'll tell you what, there's going to be a flag here for Paulding County. His own man was pulling him forward to get the first down, and they're going to flag him. So they're going to bring this back. I didn't get the guy's number, but he was actually pulling his own player forward, and that's illegal. You can't do that.
Tell you what, that was quite a call. That at this position on the field, you don't want to give Lithia Springs that kind of field position.
Now, is that a
high
high
school? Like Paulding County is doing everything they can to try to.
Yeah, you know, you're 1 in 5. Pull out all the stops. This is going to back them up. They're probably going to punt it again.
Is that a high school rule or is that in all levels?
No, you can't. That's in all levels.
So you can do the Reggie Bush push, but you can't pull him?
Well, I think pushing and pulling may be two different things. He was pulling.
He was trying.
I've seen him push before, but I don't know about pulling.
Yeah, guys, I've seen him pull before. That's why I'm a little shocked that was called. Didn't know that was a rule.
Yeah, it was pretty blatant. So he's going to do it again.
What's the call on that?
Looks like just a 5-yard penalty.
I have to.
Oh, that's a beautiful punt. Nice spiral. It's going to go all the way back to about the 12-yard line. He called a fair catch.
Guys, I'm going to get with one of these referees down here and see what the call is on that.
So Lithia Springs will set up shop on the 12-yard line, 1st and 10 for their first offensive possession.
Well, Paulding County didn't score, but that was pretty good first possession, pinning Lithia Springs back in their own territory. Productive.
Yeah, that wasn't a bad drive. It crossed the midfield.
Quarterback number 3 hands it off to number 20.
He's got
and
some
got
daylight.
He's got 2 guys to beat, and he's going to outrun them.
40,
First play from
35,
scrimmage.
30.
And he's gone.
That's 6.
That's a 78-yard scamper for Lithia Springs. Put points on the board, no flags.
Yeah, like I was saying, I think they just continue what they were doing. Last week they found something and they're staying with it. That was a good play.
And here's the crucial part of the game that I bring up every week, special teams. Let's see what kind of leg they have. Mr. Rodriguez sets up for the point after attempt. The kick.
If that's any indication of what this night's going to be like, I think it's going to be a good night for Lithia Springs.
Yeah, so 7:46 left in the first quarter. Lithia Springs takes the lead 7-0 on a 78-yard toss sweep by number 20, Avante Boyd, 11th grader here at Lithia Springs High School.
Well, the last game we watched ended up in double overtime whenever they scored on one play. So let's see what we have in store today.
Well, last week, the first play of the second half was a 65-yard rushing play from the line of scrimmage. So we're seeing a lot of big plays with these teams, that's for sure.
Like I was saying earlier, you know, we got 2 struggling defenses right here, so we could be in for a high-scoring night tonight.
Guys, we got Avante Boyd here who just went off on a 78 scamper. Steve, have you caught your breath yet?
Yeah, no, not really. Still breathing kind of hard, but I'm ready though.
Take us through that play. What did you see?
It was a 28 buck. Number 5, Nick, he blocked for me. Took it on to the house.
All right, good play. Good play. Good, get on back in there. Back to you guys.
All right, good work, Fred. Way to pull him out of there.
So the kick. I think kicker's got a pretty good boot on him today.
He stepped in the end zone, so that's coming out to 20. I don't know if I could have gave that interview that quick, Fred. That's pretty good work.
I'm good at what I do, Bennett.
Yes.
I wasn't talking about you. I was talking about the guy that ran the ball 78 yards.
He was too winded to interview.
Yeah, he was. He was a little winded, but they're excited. Look like they're really grabbing hold of this homecoming thing, and they're going to take it for what it's worth. That was a beautiful run. Field level, it looked excellent.
Well, the Patriots setting up shop at the 20. Quarterback is under center. The give is to number 8. He takes it, breaks it around the left side, and picks up about maybe 3 yards.
You need to start holding that football with 2 hands. Loaf of bread's not going to cut it.
Now, if you don't want to start the turnover thing this early in the game, you know, it's already 7-0. and that could spell a long night.
Yes, sir.
Well, that should give this defense a little pride now that they've got a 7-point lead. We'll see if they can hold this lead.
We're going under 7 minutes here in the first quarter. 7-0 Lithia Springs. Give it to number 34 straight up the middle. Looks like he's going to pick up about 5 yards. It's going to bring up about a 3rd down and 5 for the Paulding County Patriots. So a quick score from Lithia Springs here has put them up 7-0 here in the first quarter.
We have a 12th man in factor tonight for the Lithia Springs Lions.
Quarterback's under the center. He takes a snap. The give is to Tally. He takes it around the left side and breaks it.
He's got it.
Lucy's up there for about a 14-yard gain.
Yeah, got it all the way to the 40-yard line.
Great run. Those feet kept chopping.
I tell you, seeing Paulding County found something on that left side over there. I don't think I've seen him run to the right over here. What do you think, Bennett?
Yeah, they pretty much run to the left side just about every time and pretty consistent picking up yardage. So I think they'll stay with the running game.
That tells me that's where their strong point is.
Strong play and setting it up for the kitchen sink to come.
Yeah, and the big lineman that the head coach was talking about, he's actually on the right side, so going away from him.
There goes Tally again.
He picks up 4 yards. It's going to bring up about a 2nd and 6.
As I was saying earlier, Tally picked up 173 yards last week, so I think that guy's going to get the ball a lot tonight.
Looks like it.
That's a gain of about 3 yards. It's going to bring up 2nd down.
So Tally's only a sophomore? Is that what we have?
I'm not sure about
Yep,
that.
he's a sophomore.
Yeah, okay. That sounds promising for him.
The coach mentioned that they were young, bright things in the future.
Yeah, toss sweep to the left side. He's got some running room.
He's got some
He's
good
going
blocking.
to pick up another 1st down.
Number 9. Tackle made by number 13, Trey Hightower, and number 54, Alex Walker.
Guys, as you mentioned before, Lithia's got to shore up that left side. It's a big hole over there. They just keep running the same play over and over again. Not sure what they need to do, but they need to shore up that left side.
Well, there's another old saying, Fred, if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Well, it's definitely broke for Lithia Springs.
Yeah, 5 minutes and 21 seconds to
coming
go
right.
here. Yeah, here goes the right side.
There it is.
He's got a hold.
Looks like that one might be coming back.
He gets all the way down to the 2-yard line, but this one's going to come back.
Left. Then the explosion to the right. Get the defense leaning, then hit him with the counter.
That's right. Just watching that, number 34 run that ball. I don't know where this number 2 been, but boy, he looks lightning fast.
Yeah, the flag was thrown in the backfield, so we're going to have either a block in the back or a holding penalty. That's going to back Paulding County up probably 10 yards, 10, 15 yards if I had to guess.
Now we see why that hole was so wide open.
Yeah, looks like a block in the back. So that's going to be a 15-yarder. That's going to push him back. That'll be 1st and 25.
You know, that kind of sums up a struggling team when you're making mistakes like this. Long run, 60-yard run, and it's called back because of a penalty you just did not have to make.
Yeah, and it was a late flag. I mean, the flag was thrown when the running back was 45 yards down the field, so that was definitely a late flag.
And when speaking with the coach pregame, he said that big plays kill him. I mean, offense and defense, that one small block or holding.
1st down, about 28 yards to go.
The give is to Tally. He takes it around the left side, breaks it up.
Oh, good run.
Picks up about 15 yards.
By number 12.
Great run by number 34, Mr. Tally, or 17, I apologize.
That was a 1st and forever, so that's going to bring up 2nd down and about 12.
Well, that gets them back a little yardage, though. Puts them in a manageable position. It's like about a 2nd and 17. 4 minutes and 35 seconds to go, and looks like Lithia Springs is going to take their first time out of the first half.
You know, I think that's a good timeout because those running backs for the Patriots have really been gashing the defense.
Yeah, just a lot of toss sweeps left and right here. Saw a lot left, and that one right went for about 65 yards, but it's called back for a block in the back penalty. So looks like we're going to get a lot of toss sweeps from Paulding County here tonight.
Yeah, and not only that, but they've got that number 2 that came in, and he had a penalty on that big run, but man, what a changeup.
Oh yeah, not necessarily a power back, but he had some speed.
Exactly, that's what the changeup was all about.
Scoreboard showing Lithia Springs 8, and
now it's back to 7. They must have heard you.
Okay. Well,
they can hear you.
I was going to say somebody fixed it pretty quick.
Home field advantage.
No, they call that home cooking.
They were trying to slip a point in on them here at Lithia Springs, weren't they? I didn't think that they got that extra point down there.
Well, a point here and a point there, it doesn't hurt.
We'll have to keep an eye on the scoreboard here. So
here we go.
are, 2nd and 17 for Paulding County.
Handoff up the middle.
Straight up the middle. He's got some running room. He's going to get all the way down to the 35-yard line. It's going to be 3rd and 5. So they're getting it back in chunks, Rod.
Yeah, coach can't be happy. You take a timeout and then the guy gains about 12 yards. Coach just doesn't. He was trying to fix that. So
if I'm the coach, I'm saying stop number 34. Do what you have to do to stop him.
Well, the thing you have to do, Miko, you have to come up and you have to fill those holes that's opening up there. That's the way you get number 34 stopped. No one's in the hole, he's gone.
So it starts up front.
So from 1st and 28 to 3rd and 5. So this is very able to pick up this first down. Looks like it's going to be offsides on Lithia Springs. That may give them a first down. It's going to be awful close.
Yeah, I think Lithia Springs was in the neutral zone on that one, causing the Patriots to jump.
He's getting a little excited. He got caught.
Offsides on the Lions.
Yeah, I think that's going to give him a first down. That's a pretty good recovery from 1st down and 28. Coach has got to be pleased with that.
Well, the Patriots have penetrated deep into the Lions' zone. So
twice here in the first quarter. 3 minutes and 44 seconds to go.
Here's an opportunity for the Patriots. Let's see if they can capitalize.
Man in motion straight up the middle once again. He's going to pick up 5 yards.
It's a handoff to Carl Edwards, number 9.
Mr. Edwards also plays linebacker, so Coach told us they were a little short on players, so we got some guys going both ways here.
Takes the ball down to the 26-yard line. That's going to bring up a 2nd down and about 6 yards to go.
I know in college now you can wear the same number on defense and offense, but I don't think that's the rule in high school football.
I don't think so. I did see, I was watching one college game where there were 2 number 1s in the game. I didn't know they was doing that.
Yeah, you sure can. As long as you're playing offense and defense.
Oh, Hurdle's a defender.
Oh, great run.
It's number 8 for the Patriots. He picks up about 4 yards, gets down to the 21-yard line. That's going to bring up a 3rd down at about 2.
Yeah, 3rd and short.
So we're getting a steady dose of the ground game tonight.
Well, that's what you want. You want 3rd and short yardage. You don't want 3rd and long.
Yeah, I don't think they've thrown the ball yet, have they?
No, they hadn't.
I haven't seen a pass yet. I think they're loosening it up, and they might shock them.
We've only seen one offensive play for Lithia Springs, huh?
Yeah, really.
Quarterback is under center. It's a quarterback keeper. He takes the ball down. That's going to pick up a first down, down around 18-yard line. 2:16 on the clock. First quarter.
Looks like we have a clock stoppage.
Yeah, they'll clock stop the clock to move the chains.
That's another first down for the Patriots. Well, they're in the red zone now. So Lithia's going to have to shore this defense up. They're going to be looking at a tie ball game.
Yeah, Lithia Springs is yet to get a first down.
So down to our red zone information. What do you have for us, Fred?
Well, we are they're, like you said, giving them a steady dose of that running game, and they're looking pretty good on the ground. Quarterback hadn't dropped back for a pass yet, but I think they're just loosening them up for a pass soon here.
Carl Edwards takes the ball down to about the 8-yard line.
Yeah, a minute and 36 seconds to go here in the first quarter. Paulding
Excuse me,
County.
that's 13-yard line, excuse me.
Yep, Paulding County knocking on the door, getting in the red zone. A steady dose of running plays against this Lithia Springs defense. Quarterback under the center, man in motion, and just a straight dive play straight at the middle. But the Lithia Springs defensive line strengthens up and stops the play. No gain, so it's going to bring up about a 3rd and 6.
Yeah, that line is stiffening. Defensive line is stiffening down there, and they're going to try to see if they can't keep these Patriots out of the end zone.
I'm not sure what number play this is on the drive, but I'm sure the defensive line is getting a little winded, I would say.
Yes, it has been a long drive.
Unlike Chapel Hill last week, they do have some big hogs in there in that defensive line, I will say that. Number 34, toss sweep, and he's going to be stopped right at the line of scrimmage. That's going to bring up a 4th and 5 for Paulding County. That's decision time for Scott Hamilton, the coach.
That was a great play by Harvey. He came up and really stopped that run before he could get started, and that's what they need to do.
Yeah. Had good penetration there in the backfield. So
Absolutely. We said Lithia Springs needed to shore up a hole on that left side. It looks like they're doing it. I know I'm down here standing right near the coaches, and they are going absolutely bananas for their players, telling them to get to the outside, plug the holes. So they're working on shoring up that left side.
That brings up a 4th down.
Troy Smith taking the snap.
There's a whistle on this snap. Actually, they didn't get that ball off, so no play. That's the end of the first quarter with the Lions leading 7-0.
Pittman, I apologize. Sorry, Troy. So after the first quarter, we have a 7-0 game in favor of the Lithia Springs Lions. What's your take on the first quarter, Rodney?
Well, let's recap that first quarter, Miko. We had an 80-yard run.
78 yards. Lithia Springs has ran one offensive play here in the first quarter, and I would say it was a dandy.
It was a dandy, like you said. They're leading 7-0. They did even have a first down in that first quarter.
Only took one play to put them up 7 points, so they got to be pretty pleased with that. We haven't seen a lot of their offense, but what we've seen is pretty effective.
Like you saying, we hadn't seen a lot of them, and the reason for that is time of possession.
Oh yeah.
You know, the Patriots have held that ball. They held the ball practically the whole first quarter.
But they haven't put any points on the board, so it really doesn't do you a lot of good.
Yeah, guys, and to that point, that didn't bode too good for the defense. Defense has been out on the field with these long drives from Paulding County, and that quick strike from Lithia. This defense has been out on the field for a while.
Oh, been out there the whole quarter.
Fred, that was an excellent point, because if they stay out there like that this whole half, you know, it can't spell well from when they're gonna need it down the stretch.
Yeah, but hey, I don't want to take back the touchdown. I'll take
4th
that.
down. Here we go.
Yeah, still 4th down. It's going to be 4th and 6. Officials are coming in.
Flag on the play.
Yeah, we'll take that quick strike anytime.
This is going to be against Paulding County. They're going to push them back even further. Or maybe they're just setting the clock. Oh, here we go. No.
False start.
False start. Paulding County. So it's going to bring up 4th and 11.
First of all, Bennett, that was 4th down and 5.
And
From the
11.
looked like from about
4th down and 11 yards to go.
10-yard line, and they were going for
All
4th and
right,
5.
folks, it's
What does
4th
that say
down.
about
Let's
their
hear from
kicking
this
game?
Lions defense.
Yeah. It tells me that they don't really have one. to be honest with you.
So here we go. 4th and 9.
So we're guessing a throw on this play. He's got one-on-one to the corner. Jump ball incomplete.
Pass is incomplete. Intended for number 3.
Yeah, so Paulding County is going to turn the ball over on downs back to Lithia Springs. So Lithia Springs defense finally gets to come to the sidelines after the whole first quarter being out there.
Yeah, that's not something, you know, Paulding County coach can't be happy with, driving the ball that far and not getting anything out of it.
Fred, we got to watch these defensive players. They've got to be headed straight to the bench and take a breather.
Yeah, I see them over here. They're working on them.
Lions
Some of them are getting massages. I see a lot of them are taking in a lot of water, so they are definitely winded. I'll take a quick strike here, but we'd like to see a nice long drive and get that defense a little break.
Well, it looks like number 3, Sammy Cornelius, is the quarterback for Lithia Springs. Hands it off once again to Avante Boyd. He's the one that had the 78-yard touchdown run early in the first quarter. It looks like he's going to pick up about 13 yards all the way out to the 32-yard line, so that's going to move the chains.
Well, there you go, Bennett. That's what you was looking for, that first down.
First down.
And that takes the ball out to about the 33-yard line. Lithia Springs driving.
Sammy Cornelius under the center. Got a
Fumble.
We got it back, though.
There's a fumble on the play.
There's guards pulling. There's everybody going every direction. And nobody had the ball.
Yep, looks like Avante Boyd fell on it. That's going to lose probably around 4 yards. So we'll back them up about 2nd and 14 from about the 30-yard line.
Yeah, looks like on that play the quarterback pulled out there without the ball.
Yep, so 11:06 to go here in the first half. 7-0 Lithia Springs Lions. Homecoming here at Lithia Springs.
The give is to Boyd.
Nope, tackled in the backfield.
And he's going to be tackled for about maybe 3 to 4 yard loss.
Yeah, penetration there. Looks like number 4 for Paulding County. That's going to be a loss of about 6 yards.
About 5 yards. It's going to bring a third down.
Well, with that penalty and then lost yardage, Lithia Springs going the wrong direction.
Absolutely. It's going to bring up about 3rd and 18. Clock runs under 10:21 here in the first half, and probably going to see a first passing play here for Lithia Springs.
Yeah, definitely. That's not a lot of 3rd and 18 plays.
He's got one receiver split out to the right side. He's going to fake it.
He's got some daylight.
Now he's going to throw it to the tight end.
Deflect.
Almost picked off. That ball was almost picked off by Edwards.
Yep.
You know, that was a great design on that play, but he just didn't get the ball out there.
Yeah, he faked it. Looked like a bootleg and then hauled around. It looked like he was trying to get it to his tight end coming across the middle there. It was set up, but linebacker for Paulding County just kind of batted the ball up in there and had a chance to intercept it. So
yeah, it was definitely set up. You had the tight end out there. If he could have got that ball, you had looked like he had 3 blockers out there with him, so that could have been a long play for him. That was a great design.
Guys, we need to watch Lithia Springs defensive players here. They didn't quite get a good rest. They're still kind of huffing and puffing on the sidelines here. Hopefully this is not a bad omen for Lithia Springs.
It's like number 80 is the punter for Lithia Springs.
It's a rugby-style punt.
There's that rugby-style punt Miko likes. Oh, it gets a great bounce. It's going to roll all the way down to about the 16-yard line. Only about a 48-yard punt by that young man.
That was an excellent punt. You know, it's a lot of teams using that rugby-style punt now. What they try to do is get that ball to hit and roll just like it did.
Yep. If he keeps doing that, they're going to put his name in the roster.
Perfect execution by number 80.
Yeah, that might get him in there, bro.
Yeah, he's not in the book here. Keeps doing that, we'll put him in there.
He's a late transfer. Oh, first down about the 16-yard line, starting out for the Patriots. Deep in their own territory.
Quarterback is under center. He takes the snap. The give is to Tally. Tally takes it around the right side, and he's knocked down for about a 5-yard gain.
He was ankle biter. He was one person away from – he had 60 yards in front of him.
Yeah, that was number 5. Vic Warner came up and made that tackle, and he saved about 40 yards or maybe even a touchdown.
He certainly did. There was no one out there, so that was a great play by Warner.
Big number 52, Diego Nelson. Looks like he anchors that defensive line for Lithia Springs. Pretty big gentleman, right in the middle there. Number 54, that's Alex Walker.
I know they've been running away from old Diego.
So we have some aggressive fans out here on the field and in the stand.
Aggressive or hungry?
Number 6, Robert Morgan came up and made the stop for Lithia Springs. It's going to bring up about a 3rd down and 6 as the clock runs down to 8 minutes and 56 seconds to go here in the first half.
right, let's hear it for this Lions defense.
So what is that, a 3rd and 6 that we got right here, Rob?
36, deep into their own territory.
I'd like to see the ball go to number 2's hands.
Yeah, he's really fast. The fake was to number 2. The give was to Tally. But Tally was stacked up around the 21-yard line. That's going to bring up 4th down and about 8 yards to go.
Yep, big number 52, Diego Nelson there right in the middle. Just stacked him up.
Well, you referenced to old Diego just before that.
So it looks like number 7, Troy Pittman, the senior quarterback and punter, is going to be punting it away. Derek Flanagan's back at the 50-yard line, ready to take the punt.
Punt, high, lazy punt.
He's going to field it. Catches about
Flanagan
the 50.
Takes it.
Reverses his field, and he's going to be stopped about the 50-yard line.
Late hit coming in. No penalty.
That was close.
At the 50-yard line. Going to bring up 1st down and 10 for the Lions. Let's hit again for that Lions defense.
Well, the Lions are set up right here at the 50-yard line with excellent field position. Let's see if they can get something out of this.
Yeah, the offense really sputtered that last time, and that penalty hurt them. They got pushed back, so we'll see what happens.
And more importantly, the defense catches a breather.
Yeah, here we go.
The game against number 20, Avante Boyd.
The give is to Boyd, and boy, is he moving. It takes almost the whole defense to get him down.
Yeah, he never went down. Looks like he's going to pick up about 8 yards.
That was a gain of about 8 yards.
We'll bring up a 2nd and 2 with 7 minutes and 32 seconds to go here in the first half.
Yeah, I think Boyd is another one of those great athletes we saw these last couple of games. You know, he really looks good out there.
Yep. We saw Mr. McCoy last week for Villa Rica. He put up probably about 160 yards and had that 65-yard rushing touchdown right at the beginning of the second half.
It's like we had a little movement early.
Yep.
Try to get a head start.
It's like the running back for Lithia Springs.
He was reference to old McCoy, but don't forget about Cortez Walker. Man, that guy was fearless last week.
Oh, yeah, he did it all last week for Chapel Hill. You were telling me during the week that he was the starting quarterback for Chapel Hill for the first couple of weeks of the season. I guess they moved into wide receiver later in the year, but, you know, there at the end of the game, they put him back at quarterback.
Guys, you all hear all that noise down here. It's Lithia Springs homecoming. Kind of wanted to get a shot of the cheerleaders and the number 1 fans up here. So shout out to Lithia Springs and happy homecoming.
It's quarterback keeper, takes it around the right side and picks up maybe 2 yards. And that's going to bring up a 3rd down and about 4 yards.
Those are good 3rd downs. Reasonable.
Yeah, they are reasonable, but, you know, you got to capitalize on this good field position. You can't allow your team to keep going out, with excellent field position and get nothing out of it.
You are correct.
Yep, looks like a 3rd and 5 with 6 minutes and 36 seconds to go here in the first half. Big 3rd down here for Lithia Springs. Looks like they're going to give it to Mr.
Give it to Boyd, and Boyd is stacked up.
Looks like it's going to be about 4th and 2.
Yeah, I think he might go for it here. I tell you,
Decision time.
I don't think he'll punt here. He's got 6 minutes to go.
And not to mention the Patriots hadn't had a lot going, so that sounds good.
Guys, I'm looking at Sammy to keep this thing. I'm looking at that quarterback to keep this and run a sweep.
Ball's at the 38-yard line. Quarterback takes the snap. He gives it to Boyd. Boyd is stacked up, and it's going to be close. I don't think he got it.
Hit the backfield.
What do you think?
It depends on the spot, but I think he's going to be short.
He was hitting the backfield. There was some penetration. Looks like he's getting a pretty decent spot.
Well, from the looks of the sticks over there, I don't think he made it.
Yeah, he's going to be about 6 inches short.
If you'll notice that chain over there, the stick is about maybe 6 inches on the other side of the 40. What are you thinking? I don't think he made the 40 over here.
No,
what do you think?
And the ball's not even spotted at the 40, so he's going to be about 6 inches short. They're going to bring in the chains just to make sure. What do you think, Fred? I think he's going to be short.
I think he's a little short. I thought for sure that they would run that quarterback. They got a good running quarterback. I thought they run him on a sweep, but looks like Paulding County is kind of stiffening up. The defense is stiffening up on number 20.
Yeah, so Lithia Springs going to turn the ball over on downs, give it back to Paulding County. 5 minutes and 43 seconds to go here in the first half.
The Patriots need a lengthy drive like the first or their second drive.
Well, actually, that's excellent field position. Anytime you got the ball up near the midfield stripe, that bodes well for you. So we'll see if the Patriots can do anything with this.
Yeah, I think they need to go back to that tall sweep to number 2. I'm looking at him here. He's not the biggest guy, but he showed some speed on that tall sweep to the right in that first quarter. See if they try. He's
quarterback's
in
under the center. He is a quarterback keeper. He takes it up the middle for about 9 yards.
It's a good decision by number 7, the quarterback, Troy Pittman.
Yep. There's just a lot of options at that wing T. You can just give it up the middle. The quarterback can take it, or you can pitch it. And Lithia Springs defense is just really struggling with that right now.
Yeah, what he's doing on that play, he's reading.
Oh, yeah.
You know, if the guy doesn't come down, then he keeps the ball and goes in. So that was a great play by him. Great decision by the quarterback on that play.
Looks like Paulding County is going to take their first timeout of the first half. They still have 2 left. Both teams have 2 timeouts left. So clock winding down with 13 seconds to go.
That was one of the few plays right of the center. The quarterback taking it.
It was.
Guys, you all mentioned that Lithia Springs is having problems with this wing T. Down here from field level, I mean, they have a lot of options at their disposal. I mean, the running back going up the middle, you got a guy running on a sweep. It could be a quarterback keeper. And it just seems to have Lithia Springs confused right now. Seems like they're getting 3 or 5 yards each time they run that play.
That's what the wing T is designed to do, Fred, is cause a lot of confusion on that defense. And
definitely
for Lithia
working.
Springs, it certainly is.
So it's the deceiving T.
Yeah, I think you're right, Fred. And plus, it doesn't help that the Lithia Springs defense has been out there just about the whole first half.
Absolutely.
So. All right, so second and short here for Paulding County.
Quarterback's under the center. He takes the snap to give it to Walker. He takes it around.
He's got 1 man to beat, and he's gone. Oh, he gets tripped up. He's got 1 man. He cuts it back, and he's going to score. Check and see if there's going to be any flags. I don't see any. That's going to be a touchdown.
That was a
Paulding County.
Carl Edwards.
Great run by Edwards. That was a great move there at the end. What do you think, Mika?
I thought that he was going to trip up and fall about the 10, but, you know, if you're an athlete, you know, he regained control of his body and made a juke move inside and count it. Put 6 on the board.
Guys, from this vantage point, it was just a matter of time for that to occur. All the ingredients we've been talking about, this defense being out on the field for a while, they're getting winded and starting to show.
So let's see the kicker. I'm always interested in the kicker.
Snap, hold, kick is up. And it is good.
It's good. We've got a tie ball game to go. 5 minutes and a second to go here in the first half.
Looking at the 2 kickers, Lithia Springs has an advantage. I mean, he's got a pretty good leg on him.
You know, just watching that kick, that makes you wonder why they were going for it when they were down on the 10-yard line earlier. On 4th down and 5, why were they going for it? The kicker looks pretty good to me. What do you think, Bennett?
Well, he didn't make it by a lot. I mean, it didn't clear the crossbar by 10 yards. I mean, so I don't think he's got a lot of length on his leg. We'll see what he does here on the kickoff. But they've been successful on the running game all night long. So I think he just felt comfortable going for it down there. You know, he's 1-5, so I just don't think he felt that a field goal doing a lot of good.
Guys, I tell you what, I got me a football down here. I'm starting to get excited. Starting to bring back memories of my homecoming.
I see you down there.
Yeah.
Got that hat on. What if they sneak you a helmet? Are you ready to go?
Nah, maybe not.
I think you better just continue to reminisce, Fred.
Continue to reminisce.
We need you back at work on Monday.
Absolutely, absolutely.
I was confusing you with Jermichael Finley down there.
Hey, I'll take that. I'll take that.
Here we go. The ball is set. The kick. It's a short kick.
Looks like,
oh, that was
dangerous.
That was dangerous. Number 5 for Paulding County just kind of waited on that ball, and I think he forgot that was a live ball.
Well, he actually called a fair catch.
Oh, he did?
But he didn't go up to catch it. He waited for it to hit the ground. I'm not sure why he did that.
Yeah.
It only counts if you catch it.
Yeah, you call it fair catch as long as you want to, but you let it bounce and it doesn't matter.
Which was an excellent thing. Anytime you get a kick that's that short, that's usually what the coaches tell you to do. Go ahead and call a fair catch because the guys are right there on you.
I think we might see that kickoff again.
Yeah.
Quarterback takes the snap. The give is up the middle, and he's getting nothing.
So the Patriots are clogging the hole on the defensive line.
Well, the Patriots, the momentum seemed to have swung their way, and the defense seemed to have realized that. So let's see if these Lions can get something going.
Well, I think they figured out that this offense is one-dimensional, and they're going to run the ball, and they're not going to throw it. So they may be in a situation where they're stacking the front line with 8 players, and it's slowing the run down for Lithia Springs. So the head coach for Lithia Springs may have to open up the offense. Scott Dean's the head coach, so he may have to throw it. So looks like he's going to try a slant here, and it picks up 11 yards. So
excellent pass.
He's going to have to mix it up a little bit.
One good thing in Lithia Springs' favor, they have some very tall receivers out there. That 81 there, I think he's a sophomore, and he's kind of tall. He's a big target.
And there's nothing better than a quick slant, quick pass, almost like a run.
Yep, clock going under 4 minutes here in the first half.
I tell you, that was a really good-looking pass from Cornelius. He takes the snap, the give is the number 20. They stacked him up. He's going to lose about 4 yards.
So do you have any information on that pre-shimmy snap, or pre-snap shimmy, I guess I would say? Is that just a timing mechanism, or can you get some information for us, Fred?
I'll look, but I'll look and see. It might be a timing thing. I remember back in the day, the old Dallas Cowboys used to do that very same thing. The Randy White and the Tony Dorsett and the Roger Staubach years, they used to do that same thing right there. Brought back memories for me.
Fred, I don't think I was alive.
Cornelius under the center. He takes the snap. He's keeping it. No, he's going to
throw.
throw.
Got a man.
Got someone open.
Oh, that's back inside.
He's got one man to beat. Number 1's chasing him down. He's going to score. Touchdown, Lithia Springs.
You can put it on the board. Yes.
That was Nick Farner, number 5, Nick Farner on the catch.
Well, Bennett, you said they need to open that offense up a little bit. I think they just did. Let that quarterback, that was an excellent pass. He had to kind of wait for it, but he did a good move in and around and took it on to the house.
Yeah, I think Paulding County was just stacking the line trying to stop that running game. And I think that Lithia Springs just caught him in it there twice. 2 big pass plays.
It's a game of adjustments. Let's see what they can do next possession.
There's a penalty on the extra point.
Yeah, so 3 minutes and 10 seconds to go here in the first half. Lithia Springs retakes the lead, 13-7 over Paulding County.
False start. That's going back. The line's up 5 yards, and they're going to have to kick it from about the 8-yard line.
I don't know how you get a false start on an extra point. I'd like to see who that was on.
Well,
Ball is set.
I'm going to tell you, I can't even see the goalpost because these fans.
The snap. Oh, he bobbled the snap. Cornelius takes the ball. He throwing it.
He just throws it out.
He throws it away.
These fans are piling in here. I can barely see the field.
Well, there's another one of your special teams debacle.
Yep.
What can I say? Big factor in tonight's game.
It could bode well. We've saw, I think, the last 3 games come down to something like that. What do you think, Ben?
Yep, that could be big.
Everybody seems to forget about old little special teams. So Lithia will be set to kick off to the Patriots with a 6-point lead with 3 minutes and 10 seconds to go before halftime.
Yeah, and Lithia Springs kicked off the first half, so they'll be getting the ball second half. Is that correct?
That's correct.
That's
That
correct.
was a great drive by the Lions. You know, they've been running the ball the whole game. I'm not sure why Cornelius hadn't been throwing that ball.
As we said earlier, this is homecoming here at Lithia Springs, so we'll have the halftime festivities, homecoming festivities coming up at halftime. Fred, I'm sure we'll get to interview the homecoming queen.
Absolutely. We'll get to talk with her and her court. King, we'll be looking for the homecoming king as well.
Okay, so the kicker's name for the Lions is Mr. Rodriguez.
Note to foul.
The ball is set. He's approaching it. The kick. It's a real good kick. High, long kick into the end zone.
I take that back about the field goal kicker.
Oh, I told you he had a lot of leg.
That was a pretty good boot there.
That was a really good boot.
It is time for the homecoming parents and the escorts of the underclassmen representatives to come to the field.
So Paulding County will be set up at the 20-yard line with 3 minutes and 10 seconds left in the second quarter.
I tell you what, the way their offense has been going, I think 3 minutes is a lot of time for them here in the first half.
And they have 2 timeouts left, correct?
Yep, 2 timeouts.
We'll see if their passing game comes into
Quarterback
play.
under center. Toss sweep to number 34. He takes it
He's
around
got
the
some
left
running room,
side.
tripped up a little bit, gets it all the way
Picks up
down
about
the
12.
36-yard line.
Let's say maybe 15 yards.
Good run.
That was a great run by number 34, Mr. Talley.
Yep, that's going to stop the clock while they move the chains. We won't have to waste a timeout.
Gives the Patriots a first down out at the 36-yard line.
And Lithia Springs defense may be in the same situation that Paulding County was a while ago. They've been running the ball the whole night, so they may be up on the line of scrimmage, so they may surprise them with a pass play here also. There it is. One man to beat. He gets loose.
Shook a wimpy tackler.
Going down the right side, and he is nailed.
What a hit.
Decleated.
That is Trey Hightower, number 13, that put a lick on him about the 47-yard line, but that's going to be another first down for Paulding County.
Well, that was an excellent call, Bennett.
Yeah, I would have thought they would have went deep, but they picked up about 30 yards. That gets them all the way into Lithia Springs territory, and they've still got 2 minutes and 38 seconds on the clock with 2 timeouts. So
that was a great catch by the wide receiver.
And the Patriots driving. The quarterback is under center. He takes the snap, and there's a whistle on the play.
I think we got a little movement by somebody. We'll see. I don't see a flag, really.
Everyone's denying the case.
The officials are getting together on it.
I just don't think the officials were ready, but no.
Is that a quick snap?
No,
False start.
They were offsides. I never saw a flag thrown, though.
I didn't either.
Well, there was a lot of movement up there around that line, so. That brings up first down and 15. Quarterback's under center. He takes the snap. He's a keeper.
Nope, Troy Pittman takes it for about a first down, gain of about 16 yards.
All the way down the 38-yard line.
Got 2 minutes and 29 seconds to work with before halftime.
That was another great read by Pittman. Pittman takes that ball out down to about the 38-yard line.
Yeah, clock's running.
Oh, number 2 is right behind him too. He's ready at any moment to get the option.
2 minutes and 20 seconds to go here, first half.
Quarterback's under center. He takes the snap to give it to the fullback, and he's dragged down around the 39-yard line. Looks like he's lost 1 yard on that play. What do you think, Bennett?
Yeah, that didn't fool anybody there. Gave it to the second man coming through. Looks like he's going to lose 2 yards, bring up a 2nd and 12. Clock's running 1 minute and 57 seconds.
The coach has some decisions to make right here. He's got timeouts on his side. So
yeah, we got 2 receivers split to the left side.
Quarterback takes the snap, toss sweep.
Oh, if he takes it outside,
he's got some running room.
Need some blockers.
Looking for a blocker. Number 12 made a great play.
Looked like that could have been a disaster, but he just cut and reversed. Gain of 15.
Good reference, Miko. That's exactly what he did. He took that ball. He didn't have anything on this side, so he took it back on the other side against the grain and picked up a big gainer on there. About, what, 15 yards maybe?
Yeah, that's going to be a first down. Clock's running, a minute and 30 seconds to go. They've still got 2 timeouts. I don't see our little speedster number 2 in the game.
Quarterback's under center. He takes a snap, another sweep to 34, and he's down. He picks up about 8 yards on that play.
Have to take a timeout here.
Oh, fumble.
Oh, fumble. Lithia Springs gets it. Lithia Springs ball.
That was a costly mistake.
Big play.
Guys, that was critical. I mean, absolutely critical that Lithia Springs got that fumble. Looks like Paulding County was driving, and it was just another sign of Lithia Springs' defensive line starting to fatigue.
Yep.
Now, did he get hit and that ball was knocked out, or it just come loose?
Yeah, it was knocked out there.
Number 34 was the ball carrier. Hit, knocked out. So with a minute and 12 seconds to go, Lithia Springs is coming back. Vontae Boyd with the carry. He's going to pick up about 6 yards.
That was Boyd again. Since the first quarter, Boyd made that 78-yard run. He hadn't had a lot of room since then.
No. So 52 seconds to go, clock running. Lithia Springs 13, Paulding County 7.
Cornelius takes the snap to give us
swamped in the backfield.
Number 5, and he's going nowhere. In fact, he lost about 2 yards on that play.
Yep, that's big number 65.
It's like there's a timeout
Mitchell
called by
Bryce.
Lithia Springs. Interesting call there. I'm not quite sure why they called the timeout.
Well, the thing is, Miko, you don't want to go into the dressing room with timeouts if you can use them. So just let's go ahead and use them. Let's go ahead and get on the same page and do the things what they need to do.
I'd just let the clock run and go in halftime up 6 points.
I agree. If they don't pick up the first down here, I guarantee you Paulding County's going to use one of their 2 timeouts and probably get the ball back.
They won't have a lot of time. But
That timeout was beneficial to the Patriots.
Absolutely.
Unless they get a first down, then retract my last statement.
A lot of times on a timeout like that, there's something the coach saw and something he can use in the second half.
Guys, I agree with you, Bennett. I don't understand the play calling here. Lithia Springs isn't moving the ball extremely well. I would just have sat on that ball and maybe took a knee or something to run this clock out. Don't know exactly what the strategy is here.
If it was 3rd and 2, I could understand it. It's 3rd and 7.
Well, we'll see right here. Quarterback is under the center.
There's the shimmy.
He takes the snap. He's back to pass. He's
Throws
going
it up for
long.
grabs.
He's got a man out there, and it's intercepted. Intercepted by the Patriots.
Well, that gives them 27 seconds with 2 timeouts, and there you go.
I tell you what, Fred, if Cornelius would have had the arm, that man was all alone. He was at least
open.
2 yards in front of that.
He definitely had some separation.
Certainly. So that was a great design by Coach. I'm not sure why he did it, but great design.
Great play, just wrong time.
Yeah, he definitely has some separation there, and boy, that would have been an electrifying play.
So the Patriots take over, and let's see if they're going to try something similar, just kneel down. They don't seem to be kneeling down to me. What do you think, Fred?
No, I don't think so. I think they're going to go for it. They're down 6.
Quarterback's under center. He takes the snap.
Heavy rush. He's going to have to
back to
scramble
pass. He's got a big rush on him. He throws the ball, and it's incomplete. That ball was dropped by number 9, Edwards.
I think Edwards may have heard some footsteps.
Maybe. He seems to be the favorite receiver for the Patriots over there.
Yeah, he's trying to run for it. Caught it. Simple game of pitch and catch.
Well, with 27 seconds, that play took a little longer than I would have wanted to develop. Took about 8 seconds off the clock. So they've only got 19 seconds now to play with.
Coach Hamilton's trying to get something on the board here, see if he can do something right here before the half. Ball's out to the 38-yard line. Quarterback's under center. He takes the snap to give it to the fullback, and he picks up about 6 yards. I'm not sure what that was about. What do you think?
Oh, that's probably going to do it.
I'll call a timeout. Timeout, Patriots.
There you go, Miko.
Well, running back number 34, Tally, showing that he can score at will, or not at will, but he's always, one step away from breaking it.
Not only that, but we hadn't seen any kind of trick plays out of the Patriots. Let's see if the Patriots going to pull something out of their trick bag right here.
So you're calling a flea flicker?
Maybe. I'm not sure. Maybe a Statue of Liberty. What do you think?
You know, Statue of Liberty is a good call.
That's old school.
I just threw that one out there, Bennett, to see if these young kids knew what that meant.
What about the Fumblerooski guys?
The annexation of Puerto Rico.
Have you seen those guys on the line?
So we got 13 seconds for one of these plays these guys are talking about that I've never heard of.
Bennett, you definitely heard of the Fumblerooski.
Yeah, I think Oklahoma used to run that.
Nebraska.
Somebody.
Nebraska. That's my neck of the woods.
Patriots
the
up
great
to the
Midwest.
line. Quarterback's on the center. He takes a snap. He's going
No
back to
trick play.
pass. He's looking long. He's being chased and knocked down at about the 40-yard line.
Yeah, I think they'll just let it run out now.
That's the end of the first half.
That's it.
Listen to the crowd. What do you think, Bennett? Recap that first half for us.
Well, I think Lithia Springs' running game was very productive. First time they touched the ball, we had a 78-yard run by number 20, Avante Boyd. They tried to stick with the run the rest of the first half. They didn't get the ball back. Any the first quarter. Paulding County controlled the ball the total first quarter and left their defense out there, which the defense had to take a toll on them, but they were able to escape that. It didn't hurt them, and Paulding County just tried to run the ball the whole first half. Finally had some success. I think that they'll have to stick with that the second quarter. But then late in the second quarter, Lithia Springs kind of shifted gears and went to the passing game. And I think that Paulding County was just kind of throwing everybody on the line, trying to stop that running game. And I think they caught Paulding County by surprise, hit that long pass play, and took the lead 13-7. We'll see if that missed extra point. It was a bad snap by the snapper, and we'll see if that comes back to haunt Lithia Springs here in the second half. But pretty good half of football.
Yeah, it was. It was a great half for Lithia Springs. They're up 13-7. And like you say, at the end of the second quarter there, Cornelius got his passing going. I'm not sure why they didn't throw more in the first quarter. He's a really good-looking quarterback, throws some really nice passes. And like Fred referenced, they've got some tall receivers, and they should use those guys to the best of their ability. What did you think about the first half, Miko?
Well, I think you guys pretty much summed it up. First quarter, there was one play on offense for the Lions. They stuck to their running game, where the Paulding County Patriots started stacking the box and stopping the run, and then they went with the passing game, which was successful. So the defensive side of Paulding County is going to have to put a little wrinkle in their defensive scheme and hopefully get a turnover, because that turnover they had was costly and almost at the 25-yard line. So that was their one big play.
I think we saw two good running backs, I think, for Paulding County. Of course, DeQuan Talley, I think he showed what he's got first half. I think we'll continue to see him the second half. And, of course, Lithia Springs, Avante Boyd. We saw him. He's a good, tough runner, got some speed. So I think we'll see both those guys a lot in the second half. I think the Lithia Springs High School band is out on the field, so we're going to go down and see the homecoming festivities and introduce the homecoming court. So we'll see after the homecoming festivities.
back. Now, can you please clear the field so I can announce our team in place? Now the moment you've all been waiting for, the announcement of Lithia's new homecoming king and queen. Ladies and gentlemen, your 2011 homecoming king is Mr. Eric Turkey. Now the time for the king to meet his new queen. Ladies and gentlemen, Lithia's 2011 homecoming queen is Miss Asha Brown.
Congratulate Asha Brown, the homecoming queen here at Lithia Springs High School for 2011.
Yeah, it is a special night for her.
Unforgettable.
like Fred's trying to get a interview with the homecoming queen. Try to bring that to you as quick as we can. A lot of celebrating going on the field amongst the homecoming court.
Yeah, she has some proud friends and family tonight.
Yeah, it looks like Fred has the homecoming queen and the proud father, so throw it down to Fred there.
Guys, we got a very, very proud moment here. I'm standing here with the principal of Lithia Springs and the newly crowned king and queen of homecoming 2011. Doctor, how does it feel to have your royal court here with you?
This is a proud moment for me. Both of these are great kids, stellar academic kids. They work hard, they're very popular, and this is a great moment for them, a memorable moment for them, and a memorable moment for me in our school.
Excellent. I can tell that you all are very popular. When they announced your names, everybody went crazy. How does it feel, young man?
It's amazing. I can't imagine anything like this.
Okay. What's your plans for after graduation?
I want to major in education and history, and come back and teach and provide an influence upon kids.
All right, we got a future teacher right here. And you, young lady? What are your future plans?
I want to major in music at West Georgia, and I want to be an educator.
All right, excellent. We got some folks here just going to stay here in the state of Georgia to go to school. Excellent students and excellent representatives of our future leaders. Back to you, Bennett.
All right. Looks like we won't have to go far to find some teachers here in Douglas County.
Congratulations to that court, and their aspirations are underway.
Absolutely. Be graduating in a couple of months here from Lithia Springs High School.
Moment for them. Thank you very much.
Off to college. Proud principal also.
Yeah, and at this moment, I think Lithia Springs football team is pretty proud. They have a 13-7 lead.
Yeah, I bet the coach was pretty proud at halftime. Probably told the kids a good job. Had a 13-7 lead. And
Not so fast, my friend. I see the Paulding County Patriots. They're excited. You know, they're energized over there, jumping up and down. I can't wait for the second half. I think there's going to be some great things.
I don't know where you got that from, but we'll go with it anyway, Miko.
okay, Lee Corso ready to jump in there. Miko may have snuck over to the other side there and got some inside information that we don't know about.
He may have.
Well, last week in our game, we certainly saw a team come out the second half and turn the tide, so we'll see what happens this week.
Well, not only that, last week, Lithia Springs, they were over at Douglas County, a storied program over there, I should say, and they were winning that ball game late. So tonight, the thing they've got to do is finish. They've got to finish this ball game.
Yeah. Well, we talked about last week, Paulding County had 435 yards against Alexander and lost the game, so they're capable of putting up that offense. And so we'll see if they just continue to run the ball like they did in the first half and try to wear Lithia Springs defense down. We know they kept them on the field a lot in the first half, and that certainly takes a toll on you if you stay out there the whole game.
So is Paulding County going to go with a pooch kick over here around the 40-yard line like they did? They're going to try to kick it deep.
I say they kick it deep, try to pin Lithia Springs back, try to get some field position.
Well, according to Bennett, I don't think they can kick it deep. You remember I was referencing about that extra point that they made?
Yes, sir.
And Bennett said he think that might be all the leg the kid had.
We'll see. Looks like we're set to go here in the second half.
Well, the kick is off. It's a short kick. It's taken by number 8, and he's tripped up at the 35-yard line.
Looks like that's a 10th grader, Jared Jordan, for Lithia Springs.
I think you're right on that kicker's leg, Bennett. He didn't make it too far with that kick.
Yeah, a little pooch kick. Pretty effective, though. Only brings it out to about the 36-yard line. So Lithia Springs offense, quarterback Sammy Cordelius and running back Avante Void. We've certainly seen a lot of those two this evening.
So let's see if Scott Dean keeps with the ground game, or is he going to go to the air?
Yeah, I think he's still on the ground right now. I mean, there's no reason getting desperate. You've got the lead. So the quarterback is under the center. He takes the snap. The give is to Boyd. Boyd takes it up and he
Looks like the
fumbled the
ball's
ball. There's a mad scramble under there. Let's see who comes up with this ball.
Paulding County saying they have it.
Well, both teams are saying they have it, so let's see who has the ball. Second down.
Yep, second down. Lithia Springs got it back. Looks like Avante Boyd came out of the bottom of the pile. Somehow he got it back.
I don't know who it was, but someone put their helmet on the ball, and it popped out of there really fast.
Yeah, he just went straight up the middle for about 6 yards. Got popped. Ball came loose, but he got it back.
Here we go. Second down, 5 yards to go. Cornelius under the center. He takes the snap. They give it to 23, and he's stacked up. He's not getting anything. He probably lost 1 yard.
Yeah, Ryan Bigby, new running back for Lithia Springs, and he got hit about 2 yards behind the line of scrimmage, and he's going to lose a couple of yards.
Definitely a new running back. I hadn't seen Bigby tonight.
Looks like it's going to bring up roughly 3rd and 5.
3rd and 5, which is, like you said earlier, Miko, that's decent for 3rd down 5. They should be able to make that.
Avante Boyd back in the I backfield this time.
Cornelius takes the snap.
There's a slant overthrown.
It's like the defensive back is a little shooken up. May have got the wind knocked out of him.
That was a high throw. I did see a Lion in the area, but wow, that was a high throw. I don't know if Megatron could have got that one. What do you think?
He overthrown the pass. Just no chance for the receiver.
So Mr. Rodriguez sets up for the punt.
Deep to receive is Edwards.
Yes, roughly at the 23-yard line.
And he's not very deep for a punter. He's about 10 yards deep.
The snap. The punt is off. It's a low line drive punt.
One hopper.
Edwards takes it.
Going to be fielded by Edwards straight back up the middle. He's
got
got
some daylight.
He's gone.
He's got the kicker to beat.
Rodriguez has no chance, but he stumbles. Reverses his field. He's to the 30-yard line. 20's got one man to beat. Rodriguez catches up, and he's gone.
Touchdown.
Touchdown, touchdown Paulding County.
That trip across the sidelines was well worth it during halftime.
It certainly was. Benny, what is it about those number 9s and punt returns? You remember that guy from Chapel Hill last week?
Cortez. Yep. He carried about a 65-yarder, I believe, to the house, and I'm thinking that was closer to a 76-yard return for Paulding County.
And it looked similar because he came up fearless and grabbed that ball and just blew by everybody.
And here's the all-important PAT.
Snap, hold, kick is up, and it is good. That one looked pretty good, Benny. Now, I think he could have made that. I think that one would have been good from about 20. What do you think?
Yeah, put a little more leg in that one. I tell you, it was a good punt. A one hopper, and Carl Edwards just fielded it and took it to about 67 yards to the house.
That's a tell of two teams. Lithia Springs broke out in the first quarter, explosive, scoring on one play. And the Patriots, they didn't have to run a play. Special teams.
Big plays. You know, we saw it with New Manchester the first game. CITITV that I covered, 2 big offensive plays in the first quarter, and we saw it last week. A couple of punt returns and big plays. These Douglas County teams we're carrying, they either have big plays or have big plays against them.
That was a great reference, Miko. They both opened up. They have similar. So right now, the Patriots have the momentum, and we're going to see if they can hold it or if the Lions going to take that as a punch and see if they won't punch back.
Well, Rod, I'd take that personally.
That was what I was talking about.
Well, Lithia Springs have moved their kick returners up to about the 20-yard line, anticipating this pooch kick.
Flanagan and Powers back to receive. The ball is set.
And the kick.
Kicks it a little bit deeper this time.
Like his foot's coming to life here in the second half.
There's a lot of room over there on that right side. Powell takes the ball, and he gets it out to about
here.
the 45-yard line.
A couple of flags thrown. Looks like the spot of the foul is going to be right around the 27-yard line.
And that usually indicates a block in the back.
Let's see. Yeah, block below the waist on Lithia Springs.
Looks like the teams are getting a little excited over here. Friday Night Lights, baby.
Well, this is crunch time. Second half.
So this is going to push Lithia Springs back deeper in their own territory.
Look like back to about the 15-yard line. And that's where they'll start.
It's not how you want to start the second half. First possession was a stall, quick 3 and out. Second possession starts with a couple penalties.
No, it's not a good start for them, but
Lithia Springs must have had a player down because one of the coaches ran all the way over to the other sidelines. But I guess the player got up. He's just now walking back.
So here we are at the Lions Den with the Paulding County Patriots leading the Lithia Springs Lions 14-13 with 10 minutes and 21 seconds to go in the third quarter.
Early in the third quarter.
So, Fred, what's your take down there on the field?
Looks like Fred's having some technical difficulties.
Yeah, we're going to have to take it for him right now. He's got a little difficulties going on down there. Quarterback's under center. Snap. The give is to Boyd. Boyd takes it around the left side. Stacked up. Boyd he gets about 5 yards on that play.
Yeah, got about 7 yards. Going to bring up a 2nd and 3. Clock going under 10 minutes.
So I think Fred has everything worked out down there. What's your take?
I do. Just having a few technical difficulties. Namely, my microphone was off. So looks like Paulding County made a few adjustments. We talk about going into the halftime about adjustments that needed to be made. Paulding County made a few adjustments, came out with a quick strike, and they've taken the lead in this thing. But it looks like they haven't deflated Lithia Springs. Lithia Springs, I'm down here with them, and they are still fired up. So let's see what happens in the next couple of minutes. Hopefully they can pull something off and get this lead back.
Fred, I know you're right there, right at the line of scrimmage. What kind of penetration is the Paulding County defensive line getting on the Lithia Springs offensive line?
Unfortunately, they are getting some good penetration in on them, and it's not really giving a quarterback time to set here. And that was a pretty good run right there, but they've been getting some good penetration in on them, and it's not bowling well. They've come out here and they've fired up, and they look like they're ready to go.
What kind of size difference are we talking about as far as Paulding County versus Lithia Springs?
They look fairly even right now. They look fairly even. I don't see any edge one side or the other. Paulding County has 1 or 2 really big guys, and so does Lithia Springs. Both of them have some pretty good speed out there, so this is a pretty good, evenly matched game.
There's some big hits there. Looks like he's going to pick up the first down. Looks like Avante Boyd.
Yeah, they're going to see a lot of Avante Boyd this afternoon.
That was Boyd lunging along.
Nice, that's a first down for Lithia Springs here in the second half, so trying to get something going offensively.
Takes the ball out to the 29-yard line.
So it looks like they're going to get a steady dose of Avante Brown. Hand off to number 23, Bigby.
Yeah, Boyd. Yeah, they've been seeing Boyd all night. And that was Bigby on the carry, but, yeah, they've been getting a lot of Boyd tonight.
Guys, right now would be a good time for a slant that they ran the last time. They've last couple of maybe 5 or 6 plays they've had running plays, and Paulding County is not even playing the pass. It doesn't look like they're paying back any, so now might be a good time to put a pass play in.
Well, they certainly surprised them in the first half with that pass play, so we'll see what they do here. Looks like the quarterback's going to bootleg to the right side, and he's going to be met probably about 4 yards behind the line of scrimmage for a loss. That's the same pass play they ran earlier. Looked like a quarterback bootleg, and then all of a sudden he just stops and fires the ball down the field, so it looked like the same play.
Well, you know something that we haven't seen today that we've seen in the past at all games is the old halfback pass or the wide receiver pass. You know, last couple of weeks they've thrown a little trickery, a little wrinkle in there, and we've yet to see that tonight.
Yeah. Bennett, you had mentioned earlier about penetration. As you can see right there, Paulding County is getting some pretty good penetration there. I think the last couple of plays have been losses for Lithia Springs, so making a difference on that front line.
Lithia to the shotgun. He takes the snap. He's back to pass. He's being chased, and he's sacked back at about the
and a costly
14.
late hit.
He's sacked back at about the 14-yard line.
Got him for a late hit.
That's a penalty on the play. Indications are
it's a late
that was
hit.
some kind of personal foul.
Yes, personal foul. It's going to be a late hit on Paulding County.
Is that an automatic first down or is that a 15-yard?
That's automatic first down.
That's automatic first down with 15. It should be 15 yards tacked on.
That was unnecessary.
It looked like he tried to pull up, and he didn't hit him. He just kind of tapped him a little bit, but I think the quarterback did a good job of acting it out, and it kind of drew a flag for him. So.
Well, anytime you got something like that, Fred, it's always at the referee's discretion whether he want to call that or not. And it looks like he's going to step out 15 yards, and that'll be against the Patriots.
That's true, but a little acting can help draw that thing too.
It certainly can.
Do you smell that in the air?
You know, I think that's 15 yards from the spot of the foul and an automatic first down. So
certainly.
So you do smell the home cooking, Rodney, huh?
But see, no, Bennett, the spot of the foul was they did give him the sack.
Yeah.
But they brought the ball back up near the original.
Yeah, it's not an automatic. It's not an automatic first down. They mark it off in the spot of the foul, so they've marked it off 15 yards, but it's still fourth down.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so it's 4th and 9, so they're going to have to punt.
Wow.
So these high school rules are a little bit different from college and pro.
Yeah.
College and pro, you get an automatic first down anytime you do something like that.
That was Paulding County caught a break on that one.
Well, not so much as a break. You know, it's just for high school, it's just not a bad play. It's not a smart play, but it didn't hurt you.
No, it didn't.
Well, the last time Rodriguez punted, the Paulding County return man carried it 67 yards for a touchdown, so let's see what happens here.
He's back to punt. Snap the hole. Kicking it.
Another good kick.
High, lazy punt.
Another one hopper. Let's see what happens.
Edwards takes it.
Takes it. He's going to be bottled up around the around the 36-yard line.
There's a pack of Lions over there at the 35-yard line taking them down.
We had a little better coverage that time.
Great coverage on that play.
I tell you, on this coverage, the special teams here, the coach has been in their ear every time they come back to the sidelines. Play the outside, play the outside. Stack them up. So it looks like they're starting to listen to them a little bit. That was definitely good coverage by Lithia Springs.
Looks like the ball set on the 34-yard line. The first down for Paulding County.
So it looks like they're going to get a steady dose of Daquan Talley, eat up some time, and maybe put together like their second drive, which was roughly 11 minutes.
Quarterback's under center, and he's hit, but he gives the ball to 34 Talley, and he takes it out to about the 43-yard line. That's going to be a pickup of about 8 yards.
Bennett, to your point about penetration, Lithia Springs is not getting any penetration. They are not. It doesn't look like they're getting any penetration. It looks like when the running back for Paulding County gets that ball, he's 2 or 3 yards in the in Lithia Springs in Lithia Spring territory before he's even getting touched.
Quarterback's under center. He takes the snap to give it to Talley again.
Gone.
He takes right
He's
corner.
gone.
Nobody's going to.
He's down the sideline. There's a foot race, and he's going to be dragged down about the 5-yard line.
Daquan Talley.
Those feet were moving on both sides. Talley and number 5.
That's Nick Varner that saved the touchdown for Lithia Springs.
Great play by Varner. That was a game-saving tackle, maybe.
I didn't think he had a chance, but he showed some speed that last 20 yards.
Yeah.
Scooter Brown.
I tell you what, that's what you want to see your cornerbacks do, man. You want to see them really get out there and stop something like that from happening. That could have been disastrous for the Lions.
It was disastrous for the Lions.
Well, if they can hold them right here, we'll see about that, Fred.
Could be a turnover. You never know. We counted out New Manchester.
Quarterback's under center. He takes the snap. He plunges right ahead. And he gets down to about the 2-yard line.
Yeah, 5 minutes and 18 seconds to go here in the third quarter. Paulding County driving on Lithia Springs inside the 5-yard line. They've got the lead 14-13.
And the Lions need to stiffen and see if they can't keep them out of the end zone, and maybe to just a field goal try. What do you think about that, Bennett?
It's going to be tough. They're going to have to stiffen this defense up because Paulding County has shown tonight that they can run the ball.
Quarterback's under center. He takes the snap. Toss sweep to Tally. He's stacked up around the 3-yard line. He didn't get much on that play, Fred. That brings up a third down.
He didn't get much on that play. That was a pretty good goal line stand we're seeing right here by Lithia Springs.
So it hadn't been disastrous to this point, but we have to see what they can do with this third down.
That was number 16, Ramon Agundo, that came up and, put the wood to that running back.
He leveled him. That's playing with desperation, and that looks good for Lithia Springs. They need to keep playing like that and keep these guys out of the end zone.
They lost a yard, so that's going to bring up 3rd and 4.
Quarterback's under center. He takes the snap. The give is to Tally, and Tally plunges ahead. And he's in for the score.
Put it on the board.
Got to go back with what got you here.
Absolutely.
Bread and butter, baby. Touchdown, Daquan Tally. Well, last week, you guys said that he ran for roughly 173 yards. Looks like he's putting together a good game tonight.
He certainly is. I'm sure by now he should be well over 100 yards.
Yeah.
That run he just made was what, maybe a 60-yard run?
Yeah. And Rodney, that's what I meant by disastrous. Not necessarily the score, but just the run itself. They've just been putting together some really good runs. This running back is putting on a show right now. And it's starting to take its toll on Lithia Springs. So that's what I mean by disastrous, not necessarily the score.
The kick is up, and the kick is good. And that makes it 21-13 Patriots.
It's starting to become a psyche thing with Lithia Springs. It looks like they're starting to get a little bit dejected. Starting to see a different team walk over here to the sidelines.
Looks like those shoulders are starting to
they're starting to
hang
sag
a little bit.
Heads starting, the helmets are starting to get down. Coaches are still trying to encourage them and egg them on, but it's not looking good right now. It looks like they're starting to hopefully not pack it in, but it looks like they're starting to really think about what's going on here.
Well, back to the special teams, that was a really important extra point.
Again, in another game. So those special teams, like you always say, Miko, it sometimes comes down to that, and that's what we might see tonight.
It's still a one-possession game right now.
Absolutely.
Anything can happen. Like I said, Lithia's proven they can explode 1 point or one play they can score.
Well, I think for Lithia Springs coaches, they haven't won a game all year, and they've got to keep their kids in this ball game. They're only down 8 points, and it's real easy for a winless team once they fall behind to get down on themselves. They got to keep coaching them up. Let these kids know they're one score away from getting right back in it. So I think that's a challenge for them right now with 4 minutes to go here in the third quarter.
The kick is up, and it's a really
good play. He called a fair catch on the 40-yard line.
That was a really short kick.
Heads-up play by number 6.
Very heads-up play.
I don't think that was an onside kick. What do you think, Ben?
That's Robert Morgan.
That's why I referenced early, anytime that ball is kicked short like that, those kids are coached and taught to call a fair catch, and that was a great example of that right there.
Heads-up play.
That's going to put the ball out to the 40-yard line. That's great field position for the Lithia Spring line. Looks like they going to get a chance to take advantage of this good field position. Let's see what happens, Fred.
That's starting at the 40 is great.
4 minutes to go here in the third quarter.
Cornelius under center. He takes a snap, toss sweep. Bigby, he takes it around the right side, and he's hit, knocked down.
We got a flag
about
here.
the 50-yard line. Pick up about 9 yards on the play, but that was a flag thrown. Let's see what that flag was. Let's see what those indications are, Fred.
Bigby showed a little speed that time going around the right side.
Yes, he did.
Looks like that's going to bring them back about 10 yards for holding.
Yeah, they're talking to Paulding County's captain. That's going to be a hold, so it's going to push Lithia Springs back.
Holding on the play, that's going to push them back about 10 yards. And 3:57 left on the clock, third quarter. There's plenty of time left.
And then you keep their heads up and try to get away from making those costly mistakes that can easily be, taken care of.
Remember, this is homecoming, and this is the Lions' night.
Still in the Lions' den.
Guys, they're sending in those tall receivers, so let's look and see if they go for a pass.
Cornelius under the center. He takes the snap. It's a toss sweep.
He tripped up.
Looked like they picked up maybe one on that play. What do you think, Benny?
Yeah, probably a hard yard. For some reason, Avante Boyd is not in the backfield. He was in the game that time, but they're splitting him out in the wing position. So he has not got the ball this series. Let's see if something's going on with him.
Well, I think that's just the way the coach designed the play. When you got a player like Boyd, you split him out. Someone's going to follow him out there because he's an important player on that Lithia Springs team.
Well, he's back this time. They fake it to him. They're going to throw it. They
got a man wide open.
Oh!
He had number 19 wide open.
Yep, sure was.
About 20 yards.
Down the left side.
Well, things start to break down, and Cornelius pulled it down, and he took off with it. So I don't know if he saw that play developing. He just didn't think he had enough time, and he took off and got out of there.
He snuck behind the linebackers and the defenders.
Hey, Rodney, I hear what you're saying, but standing down here on the field, he should have thrown that ball. He had a clear view of him, and that guy was screaming his head off. I hate he missed that pass. It looked like he was wide open and looked like he had a lot of real estate in front of him.
Well, that's old saying, Fred, that everybody's open on every play. So a lot of times, the quarterback don't see those things.
Yeah,
here we go. Cornelius under the center. He takes the snap. Fake handoff. He's going back to pass. Now he's going to take it down and run, and he's stacked up for about a 2-yard loss. That was not a good play on third down. What do you think, Bennett?
Yep, tried to pass it, but the rush got to him. Looks like he got it back to the original line of scrimmage. 2 minutes and 46 seconds to go here in the third quarter. Lithia Springs is going to be forced to punt the ball away.
Well, one thing I can say, Fred, anytime you see a quarterback pulling the ball down and running like that, he's not giving these plays time to develop. And sometimes they call that happy feet.
Yeah. Yeah, he has to give that play time to develop, and he has time here. And it looks like he's running into the rush. He has to let that ball go. He can't take any more sacks.
Rodriguez with a good punt. Fielded roughly about the 25-yard line.
That's Carl Edwards again, and he gets a little room and gets that ball up to about the 35-yard line.
All right, so Paulding County is going to set up at their own 35-yard line. 2 minutes and 4 seconds to go here in the third quarter. Paulding County 21 and Lithia Springs 13.
And as far as Paulding County goes, Old Mo is on their side.
Yeah, I see Old Mo across the field.
Here we go. The Lions got to shore this defense up, man. They need to really make a stand right here because from here on out, everything is important that they don't let Paulding County get anything else. Quarterback back to
number
pass.
Two's wide
He's
open.
Going deep.
Overthrown.
Looks like it's going to be intercepted. It's picked off by the Lions.
That's Trey Hightower, number 13 for Lithia Springs.
I think Old Mo switched sides.
He did. That was a great play by Hightower. He turned himself into the receiver on that play.
Well, Lithia Springs had the front defensive line stacked up. I mean, that play was set up perfectly for Paulding County, but the ball was underthrown. Number 13, Trey Hightower, just kind of camped out under it and made the huge interception. So Lithia Springs is going to get the ball back here on the 30-yard line with 1 minute and 55 seconds to go here in the third quarter.
I wasn't expecting a passing play right there.
And that's when you throw it, when they're not expecting it. But Paulding County did have 2 guys in the area, and that was great for Hightower to come down with that ball.
Yeah, that play was open. It was just underthrown.
That give was to Big B. Big B takes the ball up to about the 35-yard line. He picked up about 3 yards.
We're just not seeing a lot of Avante Boyd here in the third quarter. I wonder if something's going on with him.
I'll find out, Bennett. I did see him kind of limping and kind of hobbling here on the sideline, so I don't know if he suffered an injury or what. But they have definitely shifted gears, and they're going away from him right now. So we'll see if we got an injury report on Mr. Boyd.
Well, he's still on the field, I could see, and if he's on the field, I'm giving him the ball if he's my best player.
Hey, he might be serving as a decoy right now.
Here's your tall receiver over here, Fred, number 81, closest to us.
Cornelius under center. He fake pitch to give it to Bigby. Bigby's on the outside, and he gets down to about the 45-yard line. That was about a 20-yard pickup by Bigby. What do you think, Bennett?
They definitely used Avante Boyd that time as a decoy. They put him in motion behind the running back, going around the right side, and then handed off to Bigby. And Bigby picked up about 27 yards.
Great design play. That was a fake pitch to Boyd, and the give was to Bigby, and man, he really picked up some nice yards.
Yeah, I think Bigby has a little bit more speed than Avante Boyd. Avante Boyd's more of a hard runner straight up the middle, so using both backs, Avante Boyd split out to the right side as a wide receiver this time.
They're giving them different looks.
Yep.
Cornelius under center. The give is to number 5. He takes the ball down to about the 40, maybe the 45-yard line. He picked up about 3 yards on that play.
Yep, that's Nick Varner. That's that defensive back that saved that touchdown earlier, giving him the ball a couple of times.
So we got 45 seconds left to go in the third quarter, and Lithia Springs marching down the field. Maybe one more play before the end of the quarter.
Driving. That's good. That's a good thing for him.
The Patriots need to wait till the third quarter and have a little. Oh.
There's a flag on the plate.
Was a stoppage of play.
I think Paulding County.
Laundry.
I think Paulding County was lined up offsides that time. Let's see what the call is. But
Paulding County needs to get their
thrown
defense
by the side
together.
judge.
Let's see.
If that flag was thrown by the side judge, yeah, that's probably going to be.
Yeah, I thought they were lined. I thought they were lined up offsides.
Offsides on the defense. And about 5 yards on the penalty. It's going to bring up second down.
That was a great call by our director here, Steve. Yeah, that was an encroachment.
Yep, so that's going to bring up second and a short 3 with 26 seconds to go here in the third quarter.
Ball at the 39-yard line. Cornelius under center. He takes the snap. The give is to Boyd. And, whoa, he stacked up. Boyd's not getting anything. There you go, Fred. There's nothing wrong with Boyd. They gave him the ball. What do you think?
Yeah, hey, they you know what, I like what they're doing. They're using Boyd some plays as a decoy, and they are giving them different looks right now. They simply just seem to have ran Boyd the first half. They just ran him out. He just looks tired right now, and he's on the sideline. He's limping, and he's not looking as crisp and sharp as he was the first half. So they're giving them some different looks with the little speedsters out here, and I kind of like that.
That's a great reference, Fred. He did carry most of the load in the first half, so maybe he did wear down.
Yeah, I'm watching him come off the sidelines here. He looks like he's either hurt or he's frustrated, one, that he's not getting the carries. I don't know. We may need to check in on him. He's not looking like he's up to full speed. Well, that's going to do it for the third quarter here. Paulding County 21, Lithia Springs 13, going into the fourth quarter.
Well, we're going to let Miko recap that third quarter for us. What did you see in that third quarter, Miko?
If I could sum it up in one word, I would say explosiveness. Both sides. The third quarter, especially for the Paulding County Patriots, they scored on the punt return. That was around 65 yards. I mean, both of these teams, they've showed that they could score at, I wouldn't say at any given time, but just at one play. They're always one step away from breaking it down to 60, 70 yards for 6. So I'm not calling anything right now, but it's going to be a great game second half.
That's exactly right. And what the head coach told us, Coach Hamilton, he told us that Tally was his horse, and he has not disappointed tonight. Here we go. Cornelius takes the snap. He's a quarterback keeper. He's going around the left side. He's stacked up. He's probably not going to get anything. In fact, he lost 2 yards. So that's going to bring up a fourth down.
4th and 4. What are you calling here? What are you calling here, Rod?
I think they're going to go for it.
Looks like they're going for it. I think it's getting to the desperate hour. They're not really got anything going. I don't think they want to punt that ball back. They're going to try to see if they can get something going right here.
Yeah, 11 minutes and 26 seconds to go here in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, it's plenty of time, but Lithia Spring they have to put together a good run, a good play, a good series of downs here.
Cornelius under center. That was a whistle on the play.
I think that's Paulding. I think that's on Paulding.
Delay a game.
Fred,
that was delay a game on Lithia Springs.
Fred, Avante Boyd is sitting right in front of you, man. Check on him, see if he's all right. Is that him right there where you're at?
No.
That's not number 20?
No, 25, number 8, 46.
Number 20 is coming off the field right now.
So after that penalty, the Lions are rethinking this thing, and they're going to punt that ball, Bennett.
Yeah, that puts them in a little worse situation, 4th and 9. So they're going to punt it away, try to get some field position here.
I think it's going to be beneficial for the Lions with Mr. Rodriguez in the punt. I mean, he could angle the punt and get it inside the 20-yard line.
The snap. The punt is away. It's a rugby-style punt. It's a high punt. It takes a roll and rolling down inside of the red zone, and they're going down that ball at the 1-yard line.
Guys, that punt was perfect. This is the type of special teams play that Lithia Springs is going to need to get back into this game.
That was a beneficial penalty, I would say, Fred. What you think?
Yeah, absolutely. Kind of backed them up a little bit and gave them a little room to punt down here.
Yeah. And that if the Lions can keep these guys from moving this ball, they're going to come away with some excellent field position. If they can do that, then they'll have a chance to get this ball game tied up. What do you think, Ben?
Yeah, they need to hold him right here and get some good field position. Fred, Avante Boyd standing right next to you. Check on him, see if he's all right.
I will.
Here we go. There's the receivers are stacked up to the right side. Everything's on the right, there's nothing on the left. Quarterback takes it, and he takes it around to the left side. And that was a bad decision.
Yeah, it looked like a busted play.
Well, it wasn't a busted play. They sent everybody over to the right side, and then the quarterback tried to run it to the other side, and it just didn't work. The Lions were ready for it, and that's going to bring up a second down and about 9 yards to go.
Trying a little trickery to get some breathing room.
From the 2-yard line.
Yeah, 10 minutes and 36 seconds to go here in the fourth quarter. Paulding County is going to have looks like a second down and 9 yards to go.
And with the lead, I don't think the Patriots going to do anything desperate down here. I think they're just going to try to get what they can get and punt this ball.
Yeah, it sure would surprise them with pass down here. But I don't know if they're going to.
Quarterback's under the center. There's a whistle on the play.
Yeah, it looks like we had a little motion here. I think Lithia Springs, maybe they're going to call a
timeout. Patriots.
That'll be their first timeout here the second half.
First time of second half.
That's a pretty good timeout. They need to get. They need to make sure they're on the same page, get a little breathing room.
Yeah, exactly. I don't know if you know, like I said, I think they're going to just get what they can get and punt that ball out of there. I don't think you want to do nothing desperate with a 21-13 lead with 10 minutes left in the fourth quarter.
No, I don't think so.
You definitely don't want to force anything and make a real costly mistake and have a pick six or anything of that nature.
That's exactly what I'm talking about.
All right, I think Fred talked to Avante Boyd.
I did, and he said he's fine physically. He just said that he isn't getting the holes that he was getting the first half. So he said he's going to keep grinding, but he said he's feeling fine. So we'll see what we got next time Lithia Springs is on the offensive end.
Okay.
Well, that was a great reference. I'm not sure which one of you guys said it, Fred. You or Bennett, but one of y'all referenced to the fact that maybe he was upset that he wasn't getting the ball as much as he was getting it. And I think that's what it is. He might be one of those players, if you don't give him the ball, then he turns into a different person.
Yeah, I think he's just a little frustrated.
Yeah, he may be frustrated now. He didn't say he was upset because
There's a flag on the play. There's a penalty on that play.
Looks like
Let's see
number
what
two
that
is
penalty
late.
is.
Looks like they may have had too many guys on the field.
Yeah.
Number two was trying to get off.
Yeah, he ran out of the back of the end zone, tried to sneak out.
He tried.
How does that work? As long as you're off the field, does it count?
No, it didn't work too well, I don't think.
Well, he was sort of straddling the fence. He didn't know if he could get away with it or not.
Based on how many flags are out there, it didn't work too well.
Well, I think old Nate with that CITITV camera, Nate caught him trying to sneak off, so that wasn't very good for what he did.
Now, Rodney, let me clarify that earlier. Now, he didn't say that he was frustrated because he wasn't getting the ball. He said he was frustrated because those holes weren't there like they were in the first half. So that lends to the testament of Paulding County getting good penetration. And they just simply are shoring up those holes, and they're getting good penetration. As soon as he gets that handoff, he has about 2 or 3 people right on him right away. So Lithia Springs' offensive line needs to stiffen up a little bit and give Mr. Boyd a little bit more room and a little bit more time to operate.
That was Carl. That was on that carry. He carried that ball out to about the 9-yard line. 9-yard line. That brings up a 3rd down and 1 yard to go.
Yeah, that was good.
This is crucial for the Lions.
These are the 3rd downs that you want.
3rd and 1 after that penalty, so they're right back manageable.
Quarterback's under center to give, and he's going to pick up the 1st down. He gets about 3 yards. Tally takes it out to about the 13-yard line.
Quan Tally getting the 1st down.
A big dose of Quan Tally tonight.
So, did we ever come to a conclusion? Can you sneak out of the back of the end zone because you're still out of bounds? Or is that something that Steve's going to have to look up?
You cannot.
No, you can.
Steve don't have to look that one up.
By the way, guys, I did talk to the referee earlier, and I asked him about pulling players, and he said absolutely not.
I still think you can push him, though.
You can push them. You can push, but no pull.
Quarterback's under center. He get the give it to Edwards. Edwards takes the ball down to about the 20-yard line. Let's say up to about the 20-yard line.
Yep, going under 8 minutes and 50 seconds here in the 4th quarter.
This ground game's really eating up the clock for the Patriots.
Lithia Springs, they're going to have to make a stop here. That defense has been on the field a good part of the second half.
And a lot of the first half.
Bennett, to that point, I was just going to say that I don't care how good your defense is. If you keep them out there too long, fatigue starts to set in on the best of them, and it looks like it's setting in right now.
That brings up a 2nd down and about 4 yards. The give is to Tally again. Tally takes it out, and Tally takes it down to about the 45-yard line.
Straight up the middle.
It's a bad combination. The Tally is a big, strong, physical runner, and Lithia Springs are starting to wear down.
Yep. I'm going to agree.
I tell you, Fred, the reason I was saying that Mr. Boyd over there might be a little frustrated, might not be happy with the carries he's getting. If you take a look on the other side at Tally over there, he's been carrying that ball all night long, and this guy doesn't seem to be wearing down at all.
Well, he's not taking as many hits, for one thing.
Here we go.
He's not taking as many hits. He's been running pretty free.
He's tackled by a pack of Lions for a gain of 1.
7 minutes and 44 seconds to go here in this region game. Paulding County 21, Lithia Springs 13. Homecoming here at Lithia Springs High School.
Clock running.
Well, 2nd down and around 8.
They're going left to right on your set. Quarterback's under the center. He takes the snap. The give is to Tally, and Tally's stacked up for a pickup of maybe 2 yards. That's going to bring up a 3rd down and about 8 yards to go.
And a crucial 3rd and 7 or 8.
Looks like they're just going to be content to run the clock now, Fred.
Yeah, that's what it looks like the strategy is right now, and I can't blame them for that. They're sitting on about an 8-point lead, and Lithia Springs is not moving the ball pretty good right now, so it looks like they're fairly confident in their offensive game as well as their defensive game, stopping Lithia Springs.
Quarterback is under the center.
Looks like he's a little offsides, number 17 on Lithia.
Lithia Springs lined up offside, so it's going to bring up a 3rd and 3 after the penalty.
That's not a good situation for Lithia Springs. They had a 3rd down at about 8. Now they give them 5 more yards. That's going to bring up a 3rd down and about 3 yards to go.
It looked like the defensive end was almost in the backfield.
And that 3rd down is very manageable.
Yes, it is. That's a very costly penalty.
It was.
And the clock continues to run. 6 minutes and 29 seconds to go.
They need a big stop here.
And here comes probably another dose to old Mr. Tally back there. Quarterback's under the center. He takes the snap. The give, he's a keeper, and he picks up a first down, gets down to about the 45-yard line. It's going to be first down and 10 yards to go with 6 minutes left on the clock. It's not looking good for Lithia.
That's a late flag. That's going to be a personal foul on somebody.
Looks like it's going to be against Lithia's lines.
It's going to be against Lithia Springs. That's going to push them.
Frustration seems to be setting in all around, Fred.
Yeah, it unfortunately looks that way.
You know, and I once had a great coach, and his motto was frustration leads to failure. And every play, something's new. I mean, after it happens, it's a done deal. You can't do anything about it. Wipe it off your shoulders and let's go do it again. Let's just not make the same mistake.
Exactly. You got to have a short memory when stuff like that happens. You just got to let it go. And
well, guys, I think you were right, but this has been a long season for Lithia Springs. It probably isn't just this game. It's probably frustration that has built up over the course of this whole season. These guys are 0-6 on the threshold of being 0-7, and it's just not looking good right now. This frustrated team.
That's a great point, Fred. When you look in that wing column and there's that big goose egg staring at you, that changes things a little bit.
Yeah, it does.
Quarterback's under the center. He takes the snap. They give it to Tally. Tally takes it up, and he picks up about 7 yards on the play. That's going to take the ball down to about the 25, maybe the 24-yard line. That's going to bring up a second down and about 4 yards to go.
Clock running under 6 minutes to go. Lithia Springs needs to stop Paulding County and get the ball back somehow.
This is a crucial play.
Yes, they need to hold on to the ball tight. No turnovers. If you're the Patriots, you're thinking no turnovers. Keep the clock rolling.
Keep that ball on the ground. There's no reason to throw it at all.
I bet the Patriots haven't thrown the ball less than 10 times tonight. What do you think?
I'd say less than 5.
Give it to number 2. There you go. Oh, look at those moves.
It's going to get a first down. It's going to move the chains again. Give them a new set of downs.
We just hadn't seen enough of that number 2 tonight.
No, I think that's only the second time he's touched the ball.
And every time he touched it, it's just electric.
Dynamic.
First down.
So with 5 minutes and 11 seconds, they're going to move the chains, get a new set of downs.
Guys, things definitely kind of falling apart for Lithia Springs. This is another long drive by Paulding County. And Lithia Springs is just like a balloon. They're slowly deflating. Getting tired out here. The runs are starting to get easier and easier, as you can see.
The one back set, and that was Edwards on the carry. Edwards takes the ball down to about the 15-yard line.
I think each run is about for 3 yards or better.
Yeah, they're just grinding them out right now.
That's going to bring up a second down and about 6.
So if you're a Lithia Springs fan, you're hoping for some kind of mishap on the snap, a fumble. And if you're a player out there, you got to be going straight for the ball, right? Trying to strip it.
Well, I see some of these people are heading for the exits, Miko. I don't know what that means, but it doesn't look good for Lithia.
I believe they actually just made an announcement that hamburgers and hot dogs were half off. That's where they're headed.
Great reference. Oh, what a crazy pitch that was.
It was almost look, that was a bad pitch.
They're just trying to make something out of nothing instead of just taking the knee.
Man, that was something Lithia could have used. They could have scooped that ball up and ran all the way with it. That was a pitch you just don't make.
Yeah, the coach is probably going to have a few words with that quarterback, Trey Pittman. He's a senior, and that wasn't the smartest play there.
No, he can't be happy with that play.
Well, it's another third down, 3rd and 6. Let's see if the Lions D can hold up.
3:50 running on the clock running.
Keep in mind that they could be out of field goal range for the Patriots.
Yeah, if they hold them here, the Paulding County coach has a decision to make, that's for sure. But a well-coached team, you notice the quarterback, he's looking at the time clock.
He's on the center. The give is to Edwards. Edwards
stopped him short.
Yep.
Decision time.
So let's see if he's going to kick the field goal here.
I'd go for it. I would go for that first down. That running
no, the
game
kicker's coming in.
He's going to kick it.
He's
got confidence in him.
Hey, I would definitely watch for that fake kick. I tell you that.
No, it's not going to be a fake kick. I tell you what, Fred, if he makes this kick, this is going to put this ball game out of reach.
I'm thinking he's going to kick it too. I think this is a smart move. I think Lithia Springs is going to try to ice him here. They've called timeout.
Right now, what we're looking at is a one possession lead for the Patriots. if they can make this kick, they'll have a 2-possession lead on the Lions, and it'll be nothing but an uphill battle. And they've got to throw the ball from here on out. What do you think, Bennett?
Well, the ball's on the 12-yard line, so it's going to be a 29-yard field goal. I mean, that's doable, for goodness sakes.
Yeah, and it could, like I said, it could put the Lions in a lot of trouble if he makes this kick.
I don't know, the kicker looked a little shaky in the first half, but since the second half, I mean, he's had a couple good kicks on the kickoffs, and his extra points have been well booted.
Maybe it's his confidence. Maybe it was a confidence thing for him, and he got that confidence going on his side, and we'll see if he can make this kick.
So after a good couple kicks, he's got confidence on his side. He's ready to go.
I tell you what, Bennett, time of possession, I'd just like to know just how long the Patriots have had this ball tonight.
Oh, they've controlled the ball, that's for sure. Let's see if Lithia Springs coach tries to ice him with one more timeout. They've got 2 timeouts left, so with 3 minutes to go, or you want to save those for your offense if you get the ball back?
I'd save them for the offense.
Well, we ready. Here we go. The snap, it's a fake.
I told you guys they better watch for that fake.
Great call, and that's I think he picked up a first down on that.
I don't think he got it. Oh yeah, he got it. He got it. He got it. He got it.
I don't know who got the ball.
Looks like number 9.
Number 9 got the ball.
Carl Edwards.
It's a first down.
It was a direct snap to him.
Yeah, he got it. He got it. First down. Great call, Fred.
Okay, make your way to the lower concession stand. We have Chick-fil-A sandwiches for $2.
And on that call, Fred, you know, I was thinking they was thinking about getting more points, but it was a great call by you because in that situation, a block kick could be picked up and run back for a touchdown.
Right.
So great call, Fred.
Yeah, and I think that the clock right now is their biggest concern. They just want to run that clock down. They're not really thinking about points.
The clock is their ally.
And they know that they got this guy too. So I mean, you know, they just want to run that clock out.
Yeah, that was another carry by Tally. Tally probably has, 35, maybe 40 carries tonight, Miko? What do you think?
Oh, yeah. I'd say roughly around 35 carries. And, I mean, I would say he's close to 200 yards like his last week performance.
I think he probably is. 2 minutes and 26 seconds to go. I want to remind all of our viewers that both bands will be performing after the game. Be sure to stay tuned for that. The clock's going to run under 2 minutes to go.
Boy, this has been a long drive. It started at the 2-yard line.
Oh, fumble! Oh, looks like the Patriots got on top of it.
There's a fumble. Let's see who comes away with this ball.
The Patriots got it, but that ball was out there.
It's going to be 3rd down. Patriots got it back.
If I think the Lions, if they weren't so sluggish, I think they may have pounced on that. But
yeah, see, guys, that strategy going for that fake kick has worked.
Oh, absolutely.
We are down with about 1 minute and 30 seconds. This game is officially over. That last call really took that clock down. Now, if they would have kicked it and missed the field goal or blocked field goal or something like that, it would have given Lithia Springs some life.
Here we go, 4-yard line. Quarterback under center. The snap to give is to Edwards. Edwards, he dives and he's just short of the end zone.
Oh, it's another 4th down.
They're on like the 1-yard line.
Yeah, they'll go for
it. A minute to go. They'll definitely go for it here.
This has been a clock-killing drive. They started at the 1-yard line, Fred. Now it looks like they're at Lithia's 1-yard line.
Absolutely.
So it's been almost a 99 to
and I think they got the ball
drive, 10 minutes off of the clock.
Yeah, I was going to say, Rodney, that I think they got the ball. It may have been with 7 minutes or something like that. I could be wrong, but I thought it was about 6 or 7 minutes in the game, and it's just about right at the 1 minute mark.
So at least.
They had 2 9-minute plus drives?
I think so.
And I think we can reference back to the fact that this was a tired Lions defense. And they've been on the field too long tonight. And when you're on the field like that, it just doesn't bode well for you, Fred.
No, absolutely not. Absolutely not.
No, they've been on the field the whole game, this Lithia Springs.
They have.
All right, so now you got to pile everybody up on the line and see who's going to get there.
We just got 1 minute and 5 seconds to go, so this is going to take some time off the clock. So
Make sure it's a good snap.
Well, your heart goes out to these Lions. These guys, they're tired, but they hadn't quit. I'll tell you that, Fred.
They haven't.
So quarterback keeper, we're all assuming.
Quarterback's under. He give it to Edwards,
Edwards.
and he walks in.
He had a chance.
He just walked in. Come on.
They had a chance. Not a big one, but they had one.
So I think that's going to do it, Fred.
Yeah, I think that'll do it. Hard-fought game. I don't think the score really tells the true story. Lithia Springs fought hard tonight, but just couldn't bring home the W.
The extra point for the Patriots is number 89.
1 minute on the clock. We're set for the extra point. The snap, the hole, it's blocked.
That kick is blocked.
And if they were to choose to kick the field goal as opposed to the fake field goal, something like that may have happened.
Absolutely.
So
Good reference.
we have 1 minute left to go with the Paulding County Patriots up 27-13 over your Lithia Springs Lions.
1 minute left in the fourth quarter.
So Paulding County is going to go to 2-5 on the year.
13.
Lithia Springs is going to go to 0-7. So still the only team in the county without a win, Lithia Springs.
Well, we have 2 weeks to go.
3 weeks.
3 weeks to go.
I think what I do right here, Fred, I put old Boyd back there deep to receive and see if he can't do something in this open field. What do you think about that?
I put Boyd on the 40.
Now Boyd is not necessarily a speedster. Now I would put that 23 out there and let him see what he can do. He's the one who can get that ball. He can take off on you.
Hey, he did run an 80-yard touchdown.
Who was that? Yeah, Boyd did. He took that from a handoff. I'm saying on this kickoff, I would put that 23 in there. I think he's their speedster.
Well, that number 25, Fred, I don't think I saw him in the ball game tonight, but he's deep to receive.
Oh, okay.
Maybe he's that speed guy we're talking about.
And the kicker's set. It's a squibbler. Taking about the 35-yard line. Brings the clock under 1 minute. 59 seconds to go.
We got first down and 10 for the Lions. The ball is spotted at the 35-yard line. 59 seconds left.
So we got 59 seconds to go here from Lithia Springs High School.
So I'd like to remind all of our viewers
You go, big boy.
that the band is playing after the game. Stay tuned for that.
So Lithia Springs is going to be asked to put up some points in a hurry here to pull out this game. Got the old flea flicker. There it is, Miko. You called it.
Wasn't good for much, but pure enjoyment. It gets the players excited, even though they're down in the game. You know, they've lost, but still gives them something to look forward to, just staying excited about the game. A lot of people say that you have nothing to play for, but you always have to play for next week and get in a rhythm.
That's right. You got to get ready for next week.
Looks like there's a timeout with 46 seconds to go.
He's going to gather the troops together and see if he can come up with something.
Still a big crowd here, Lithia Springs High School.
Do we have any other scores from anywhere else in the county?
Not that I know of. I want to remind everybody that in 2 weeks we'll be at Douglas County High School.
I think that last play they ran was the old hook and ladder.
The old flea flicker won. We haven't seen Douglas County this year so far, so get to go to Miko's alma mater.
As well as Rodney.
Both of y'all from
And
DC.
see if they can win another game.
What class was that, Rodney?
That was quite a while ago, Miko.
Class of 42. Rodney Moreland.
I think I got you beat, Rod. So you can say it.
I don't think so. I'm an old late 70s guy.
Oh, well. Okay, well, I don't have you beat.
Cornelius in the shotgun. Toss. Sweep. Gives it to Boyd.
Shakes a couple Winkley tacklers out to about the 45-yard line.
First down. It's going to stop the clock.
He did have some room on that play, so he couldn't really get nothing going, but he picked up a first down.
Yep. Stop the clock with 37 seconds. Reset the chains.
Drops back. Pass complete.
Oh,
met hard about the 45-yard line.
And Bigby picks up another first down. Just going to stop the clock and give the Lions a chance to get something going.
He took a shot. He wants to come out.
Yeah.
You never want to be taken out of a ball game.
See, guys, this is a little bit too late. They should have opened this offense up a long time ago. I mean, they should have went to the no huddle. They should have done something different. They just kept running the ball with Boyd, and they just kept running. And Paulding just made the adjustment to play the run, and it worked out well for him.
And that's another thing that we didn't see this week that we have in the past was the no huddle hurry up offense to keep the defenders and the same defense on the field.
Right.
Yeah.
We didn't get a chance to see that this week.
Well, I was looking at the roster. Lithia Springs only has 11 seniors on this team, so I don't know that these young guys are really capable of jumping into some of that stuff that we're talking about. I don't think they're coached up yet for that. So that may be one reason why.
I think that's going to be a delay of game.
Coach Dean.
It's like too many men on the field.
No, delay of game.
19 seconds to go here. It's going to bring up a 2nd and 15 for Lithia Springs.
They've crossed the midfield stripe. Cornelius in the shotgun. He takes the snap. He's back to pass.
He's going to air it out.
He's intercepted.
Oh,
nearly intercepted.
What an interception.
I think that ball hit the ground. That was incomplete.
You know, it's a shame we don't have instant replay. That was a great catch. I think that guy
I think he made that catch.
That ball hit the ground.
Caught it too.
It hit the ground, came right back up to him.
That's why we need instant replay, Miko.
Well, I think the game's going to be shown. Not sure when it's going to be rebroadcast.
I think rebroadcast in the morning, Saturday at 9 o'clock.
At 9 o'clock in the morning?
And then several times next week. So 12.5 seconds to go here. I guess time for one more play, maybe two if it's a pass.
Cornelius in the shotgun. He takes the snap.
Second
almost picked off. That would have been a pick six.
Funny thing, guys, Lithia still has the ball. I think it was incomplete.
That would have been a quick 7.
Next time, baby. Let's go.
For Paulding County, that's for sure.
You don't get many chances like that kid had.
No.
He was already figuring out what end zone dance he was going to do.
It was smooth sailing. So 4th and 10. The last play of the game here. 7 seconds to go.
See how far you can throw it, young man.
Just throw it into the end zone. Let's see if he can throw it. Oh, he pulled it down and he's running.
He's going to have a little running room.
A couple of good moves.
It's like time expired.
And that's going to do it.
Down about the
32-yard line, and that's going to be the ball game.
That's going to do it.
Congratulations to the Paulding County Patriots.
Final score here. Paulding County 27, Lithia Springs 13.
Well, the Patriots didn't have much of a crowd, but I'm sure they're glad they came.
That was another great game.
Yeah, their second victory of the year after a heartbreaker last weekend at Douglas County, and they came in here to Lithia Springs home stadium and took a victory away from them.
And for me, it was another great night of watching these running backs duel. You had Talley on one side and Boyd on the other for the Lithia Spring line, and those guys put on quite a show tonight.
They did. I mean, both running backs had a really good game. Both teams really stuck to their guns, which we talked to Coach Hamilton before the game, and he said that he had to establish the running game to win. He stuck to his guns and came out the second half, and his running game was really more effective in the second half. But the big key to the game was he controlled the ball the second half and kept Lithia Springs off the field and just held the ball. And
I'm pretty sure that they had the ball or the possession for roughly 36 minutes. I'd say they had two almost quarter-length drives.
Lithia didn't have the ball a lot tonight. And as far as Quan Talley, last week he had 173 yards rushing. Do you think he battered or equaled that tonight, Miko?
I'm gonna say that he's probably dead on it. Back-to-back performances like that.
All right, I think Fred is down on the field, and he's got Scott Hamilton, the coach for Paulding County. Let's throw it down to Fred.
They got to catch a bus. They headed to Grambling State. They catch the bus at 11:30. Okay, stay right there at that door.
Coach, a hard-fought game today. Guys came out first half. They were looking good. Somewhere in the second half, things kind of changed. The momentum took it the other way. What were the keys to the game?
I think they did a good job by mixing in their midline to their jet side. It creates a dilemma as far as the reads and who's got what. They were consistent and they stuck with it, and we tackled poorly. So we made it a little bit easier on them. Hit them in the backfield, we don't wrap up, and they continue to run after the hit. That's not good football. So we got to get better.
Yeah, it looks like Paulding County was getting some pretty good penetration on your offensive line and vice versa on the defensive line. So looks like you have a young team here. We got some pretty good talent, but we got a couple more games left. Hopefully the guys will take something away from it.
Yes, sir. It's been close here lately. We just want them to compete and fight, not give up. We've got to be a better second half team. We find ourselves in ball games, but as soon as adversity hits, we drop our heads, and we're trying to teach these kids, stay in their fight. We're young. We returned six guys from last year that even took a snap on Friday night. So that's tough. So every adjustment's new to them. Everything's new. There was no spring training. There was no off season. So that's been tough, but the guys are starting to compete. They're starting to fight. We just got to find some way to win one at the end.
Okay. Coach, good luck for the rest of the season. All right. Thank you. Back to you, Bennett.
All right, we apologize. That was actually Coach Scott Dean, Lithia Springs head coach. And, as he was talking to Fred, he talked about the running game for Paulding County, just wearing his team down. He talked about his team being young, and we talked about he just has 11 seniors. And, plus the adversity this team's going through without a win, and once they get behind, they just get down. And Fred, he talked about that his kids, once they get down in the game, they just kind of give up, and it's hard really to coach them up, to keep them up.
And to that point, Bennett, he called it. I mean, that coach knows his team. It looked like after they took the lead, they were a little stunned, but they still felt like they were in it. But after that second score, it just looked like they were totally deflated. Both sides of the ball, Lithia Springs was giving up penetration to their defensive line. They were giving up penetration to their offensive line. It just simply looked like they got wore down as the game went along. Coach mentioned they have a young team. They have, as you mentioned, Bennett, just 11 seniors on this team. So he mentioned they didn't really have an off season, and they're just going to look to build for next year.
Yeah, and one thing, Rodney, that the coach has to take into the locker room and teach to his guys positive is, at one time they had a lead in this ball game. They came out the first quarter.
Sure did.
They had that long touchdown. So there's some positive things that comes out.
Yeah, those are positive things. This is the second week in a row that they lost their lead. And, I think still they don't have an identity. This team just doesn't have an identity because, they was running early, then they started to pass a little. Toward the second quarter, and it just didn't get going.
Yeah. Well, that's going to wrap it up here for tonight. Final score once again: Paulding County 27, Lithia Springs 13. For CITITV Sports, along with Rodney Moreland, Miko Bursich, and our own field reporter Fred Perry, I'm Bennett Oliver. We'll see you in 2 weeks from Douglas County High School. Good night, everyone.
And thanks for watching.
And stay classy, Douglasville.
Thank you all.
Thank you.